passions flowing, dreams start glowing. You best be ready, heartbeat steady, cause the air gets heavy. The game is here, no time for fear. Can you hear the cheers? Yeah.
Under the lights, baby. Under the lights.
Let's go.
This is Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights, presented by John Wayne Service Company.
Hey, welcome to Converse, Texas. It's senior night at DW Rutledge Stadium. The number one team in the San Antonio area all season long. The Judson Rockets hosting East Central in Week 9 of Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights, presented by John Wayne Service Company. Good evening, everybody. Happy Halloween. I'm Don Harris along with Chuck McAtenick, and a big district battle as Judson looks to clinch the district championship, while East Central, Chuck, looks to hang on to their playoff hopes.
Yeah, I mean, what a great race it's been all year. And, I mean, I was talking to Coach Hubbard before the game. He goes, yeah, of course Judson deserves to be here, but you know what? So do we. I mean, everything is right in front of us. Obviously, this league is stout top to bottom. And you look at this East Central ball club, you know, if they were in another league, there's a really good chance they would have already clinched a playoff spot. This is a really good football team. It's just that Judson's a really great football team, and East Central's obviously going to have their hands full tonight.
Yeah, as for the Hornets, they've got the leading rusher in the district in number 39 here, D'Angelo Rosemont.
Yeah, we're talking to the Judson coaches before, and they were telling us that there's a really good possibility that D'Angelo Rosemont is the fastest guy in the entire area. And he's not just a guy that can pop it and rock it. He's a guy that's not afraid to put his head down, put his shoulder pads down, and hit you as well. This guy is a complete ball player.
And arguably one of the candidates for Player of the Year in San Antonio is the quarterback of the Judson Rockets, Mike Chandler, the transfer from Johnson, is the returning district offensive player of the year.
Yeah, and on that kind of a track again, isn't he? I mean, this guy can do it all. Throw it and run it. And we're talking to the Judson coaches as well about this guy. They're saying, you know, a lot of people want to recruit him. They don't want to recruit him as a quarterback, and they're all saying he's a quarterback, and he's bigger than a lot of guys playing at the next level. If he keeps playing the way he is, there's no way he's not going to be a quarterback at the next level.
The TNL season flying by all year long. We've been complaining about the heat. Not tonight. Let's go down to the sidelines, and it's time for the Gomez Law Firm Game Time Weather with Alex. Alex?
Definitely not complaining about tonight. Boy, this is bone-chilling, teeth-chattering weather down here. We're at 49 degrees. Wow, you can play football, I guess, in this because you don't even notice it. Not much wind blowing tonight. But, boy, is it going to be chilly sitting up in those stands with aluminum seats. Youch! So enjoy the game and have fun.
All right, thanks a lot, Alex. Again, let's go down to the sidelines. Third member of our crew is Zach Hedrick. And, Zach, looking forward to a big district matchup tonight, huh?
Hey, happy Halloween, everybody. Harry Carey subbing in for Zach Hedrick tonight. He's on his way here, but what a great night for Hey, I feel like I'm in the Windy City with how cold it is tonight. Should be a great game. Hornets, Rockets, some great mascots. We'll see if the players factor into it as well. Guys, back up to you.
Great job, Zach. No Budweiser down there for
That's
Zach
right.
Hedrick. All right, lots of costumes, lots of fun here on Halloween. When we come back, we'll have our Taco Cabana keys to the game, Judson and East Central.
You're watching Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights, presented by John Wayne Service Company.
Welcome back to Converse, East Central and Judson tonight on TNL. Right now it's time for our Taco Cabana keys to the game. And Chuck, we start with Joe Hubbard and the keys for the Hornets.
Well, we all know how explosive the Judson Rockets are, so East Central's really going to have to be on their P's and Q's on defense. They've got to win the turnover battle tonight as well, and on offense, they have absolutely got to shorten this ball game.
As for the Judson Rockets, Coach Rodney Williams at the top of the pack in this district. What are their keys?
Well, they got to be aware of the gadget plays because as we saw East Central a couple years ago, man, they like to empty out the playbook from time to time, and they got to bring the juice. This is going to be one heck of a ball game. You know, obviously East Central fighting for a playoff spot. And lastly, they got to keep their quarterback clean. Judson's got a very young defense, but they can be very, very explosive on that side too.
A lot of expectations for the Rockets for a deep playoff run. We asked Coach Williams where his team is in this process.
I mean, You know, I hate to say it, but we still got a lot of work to do. You know, we need to tackle better. We need to block better. We got to eliminate some mistakes that we make in crucial situations as far as, you know, it's not nothing that they're doing wrong. It's just they being a little bit too aggressive at times. But you don't want to take that aggressiveness away from them. So just try to just stay on to learn to play the game the right way and go from there.
The Rockets and the Hornets. Week 9 of TNL. We're coming back with our national anthem, and we'll kick it off from Rutledge Stadium as the Rockets are saying Bryce Strong tonight on Halloween. Welcome back to Judson. We're in Converse, Texas, DW Rutledge Stadium, where the Rockets are taking the field for their big senior night home game. You see the Bryce Strong flag. For those of you unfamiliar with that story, Bryce Wisdom is a Judson player who is battling cancer, and the communities, not just Judson, but all through the area of San Antonio, rallying behind the Wisdom family. And you see the East Central Hornets. And Chuck, both these teams right now at this point with 2 regular season games left really have their entire postseason ahead of them, and both very optimistic that they can make a deep playoff run.
Yeah, 100%. You know, and Coach Hubbard's done such a great job at East Central flipping the program around. I mean, they have 1 win in 2 years when he first started. Now they're in the playoff conversation. Things are growing and going in the right direction for the Hornets.
Rodney Williams and Joe Hubbard both have done fantastic jobs at their respective programs. As we get ready for our national anthem, it looks like the Judson Choir taking to the field, and we'll wait for the Hornets to line up. But yeah, both of these guys, Joe Hubbard was telling us before the game, you know, they lost last week to Clemens, and they haven't blinked. He said, we were looking forward. We built a culture here. When we first got here, maybe they'd be sulking, but not anymore. These kids have bought into what Joe Hubbard's doing over there at East Central. Had him last year, I believe, on TNL, if not 2 years ago. And you could tell then that he's really changing that program around. Judson undefeated. They've been the #1 team in San Antonio all year. As you see the colors coming onto the field, let's turn it over to our PA announcer, Milton Hope.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the presentation of our colors. Colors for tonight's game being presented by the Judson High School Junior ROTC Color Guard. U.S. flag, carried by Cadet Major Dallas Jones. The Texas flag, carried by Cadet Major Morgan Cherry. The U.S. Rifle Guard, Cadet Colonel Bernadette Jeremiah. And the Texas Rifle Guard, carried by Cadet Captain Juliana Holguin. Our national anthem this evening presented by the Judson High School Choir.
Thanks for watching the Thursday Night Lights pregame show. Stay tuned for tonight's first half kickoff. Closed captioning for tonight's game is sponsored by Associated Collision Center, serving San Antonio since 1976.
Welcome back. The Bryce Strong banners and shirts are out strong tonight on Halloween, as you've already seen. Some interesting costumes, including Zach's Harry Carey impression, which, by the way, didn't get enough love on the pregame show. 2 thumbs up for Zach.
Man, I'm not lying. That was
all he was missing was Steve Stone.
Something else.
I know. I think that was a great tribute for a whole generation that, you know, I don't know how long Harry's been gone now, but for his legacy to live on like that, where somebody Zach's age doing Harry, maybe it's Will Ferrell who carried the torch forward on the Harry Carey impression, but nice job, Zach. There you're looking at Joe Hubbard, the coach we were talking about, who's done such a great job over at East Central. Played offensive line for Ricky Williams and the Longhorns back in the day, 96 to 2000. Was in that Dallas Cowboys front office as a intern in the early 2000s with Dave Campo and company. And a very bright, knowledgeable football coach, and we found that out last year at New Braunfels when we watched him run a 2-minute drill as good as any coach in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, attention to detail. I mean, there's not a whole lot that slips past that man, and these kids are definitely reaping the benefit of having him as the head coach.
The Judson staff, Rodney Williams, also done a great job here at Judson. Put together a juggernaut of a program here. They have been the wire-to-wire so far, #1 team in San Antonio. And they have their sights set on a deep playoff run. East Central needs to win these last 2 to guarantee themselves a spot. It's a convoluted, crazy district standings. You got really good teams in this league with Steele and Smithson Valley, Clemens, Judson, East Central, and New Braunfels also in this league as we get ready for our first half kickoff. Brought to you by the San Antonio Police Department. Visit sapdcareers.com. It's Trayshawn Johnson on the return, and Trayshawn goes right up the middle. He's drilled down just at about the 25-yard line. And that's where East Central will have it first, and we'll take a look at this Hornets offense led by quarterback Caden Basenko. And as we talked about in the pregame show, look out for D'Angelo Rosemond, number 39 there. Chuck, you talked about his speed, all-district performer a year ago and a San Antonio Sports All-Star this year.
Yeah, really looking forward to seeing this guy, see if he passes the eye test in person, man. We've sure seen a lot of clips of this young man all year long.
1st and 10, Rosemond gets the first carry of the game and darts forward for a couple. Devontae Freeman on the tackle as we take a look at the East Central starting lineup. Up front, number 78, Daniel Santillana is a San Antonio Sports All-Star over there at the left guard spot. Also up front, Alexander King was first team All-District a year ago. And the receivers to look out for, Charles Oglesby is the favorite target of Basenko. 2nd down and 7. Rosemond gets the carry and does a good job of showing some strength, fighting forward for 3 or 4 more, and he'll set up 3rd and short. Nathaniel Pryor on the tackle as we take a look at the Judson defense. They too have some all-stars. Xavier Spencer, the corner, going to play in the San Antonio Sports All-Star game. They've got some size up front. Pryor goes 275 there on the nose.
Yeah, they got 4 sophomores on this defense of Judson.
3rd and 4 for Basenko, who looks to the sidelines to get the call. 4 wides, look to his left and throws it, completes it, but it's going to be short of the 1st down. Oglesby's got the catch, but Spencer, the all-star that we talked about, right there on the coverage, makes the tackle, and it'll be 4th and 4, and they'll have to punt it away.
Yeah, they ran a route there short of the marker, and really good job by Xavier Spencer coming in and closing and stopping him short of the stick.
Tristan Peterson on to punt it away. Karan Napoleon back to receive. Standing at his 34. Judson bringing some heat. Peterson gets it away. And They'll let it bounce near midfield, and Judson will have very good field position at their own 47-yard line for their first possession. And we get our first look at Mike Chandler, the second. Chuck, this kid came over from Johnson after his sophomore year and just was all everything last year as a junior, and just his numbers so impressive. He can do it all.
Yeah, leader, coachable. Some of the nice things you like to hear about the young man on top of all the athleticism. Can run it, can throw it, typical dual threat guy, elite level player. I mean, this guy is just racking up the stats at an alarming rate here at Judson High School.
Absolutely. Thrown for 1,500 and ran for 770. Completes this one to Anthony Shelton. I got to look at this kid pregame. His size is deceiving. I mean, this is a big young man. Shelton, a first-team receiver all-district last year. Take a look at that rest of that lineup. 2 first-team offensive linemen as he turns and hands it off to Lewis. And DeAnthony Lewis in week 3, I believe, earlier in the season when they played that marathon against Steele, 51-48. This young man was our player of the week and put up almost 300 yards and scored the critical game-winning touchdown. He is a special athlete.
You're saying that a lot about these Judson guys tonight.
Chandler booting out, motioning, wants to throw it. Now we'll just throw it away. Didn't get the routes that he wanted from his guys, but yeah, didn't we talk about Lewis earlier getting an offer from USC earlier in the season? Take a look at the East Central defense. Led up front by Jaden Jones on the nose. He's 300 pounds. Hoping that number 7, single digit, makes him look any smaller. It doesn't. He's a load up front. 3rd and 4. Chandler will fire, and it's through the hands of Shelton. That'll set up 4th down and 4. Interesting call here.
Yeah. As we watch the incomplete, I was talking to Rodney Williams before the game, and I said, I like having the keys to the car. He goes, it's great. He goes, when I want to go for it on 4th down, I don't have to ask Sean McCullough anymore. I just do it like they are right here.
And he is. He'll hand to Lewis, who's strung out, and he's going to try to stay alive, but the East Central defense holds. They pursue the ball well, and Justin Gutierrez was able to string it out with James Gentry, and Judson turns it over on downs.
Gonna be here all night.
Welcome back to Rutledge Stadium. Joe Hubbard's defense holds. And the Hornets get the football back with a chance to get on the board first here. Caden Bosanko, the quarterback, has them at their own 40. Turns and hands to Rosemond, who gets the corner and then dishes out some punishment at the end of that run. He wanted Xavier Spencer to know he's going to be here all night.
100%. And we talked about it. I mean, it's one thing to have the speed, but this young man not afraid of contact. In fact, rather looks forward to it.
You see his numbers, over 1,000 yards on the season, 16 touchdowns. All-district performer a year ago, also one of our San Antonio Sports All-Stars, leading rusher in the district coming into this ball game. Give it to him again, and again, he finishes the run strong, running over Warren Frederick at the end of it. Meisel Miller also there on the tackle, but doesn't look like a big, strong guy. Looks like a speedster, but loves contact, as you said.
Yeah, Coach Hubbard was telling us, they identified this young man as a freshman. They knew he was going to be something special, but, man, he has just exceeded all expectations. Even with that said, I mean, he's absolutely lived up to what the coaches thought he could be.
5'10", 170. 3rd down and 2. Judson showing blitz, and Hubbard saw that, wants to take a timeout to talk about it, and we'll take it with him. It's 0-0 here in Converse on Halloween. Judson and East Central.
Welcome Welcome back to Rutledge Stadium. Still 8 minutes left in the first quarter. No score. I'm joined now by Ed and Ophelia from Taco Cabana. Ed, thank you so much. Y'all are braving the cold again with us this week. Ed, I know y'all are talking out about the recently the new rewards app with Taco Cabana. Tell us about it.
Yeah, absolutely. We got a rewards app. You can go to Google Play or Apple, download it on your smartphone, and register yourself, and we'll give you a free quesadilla. You also can get points for everything you buy in the store. Scan your receipt, and once you hit 75 points, we'll give you a $5 electronic reward. Besides that, we're always giving free food and discounted food on the app. So please download it and come see us at Taco Cabana.
And you can either go to, so which store? I know there's a bunch of app stores out there. Which one can you find this app at?
You can go to the Apple Play Store, or you can go to the Google Play Store.
Awesome. Well, Ed, Ophelia, thank you so much for braving the cold again with us. Happy Halloween.
Thank you. Happy Halloween.
Guys, back to y'all.
All right, Chuck. Ryan and Camilla missed you last night at the Halloween party next door at Taco Cabana.
Yeah,
I think they were hoping you were going to be there in costume, but, you had to work at the World Series. I know that broke your heart having to be there instead.
Yeah, maybe next year, right?
Oh, fake.
Hello.
He just missed it. A great attempt, just overthrew the intended receiver. John Ledesma had a shot at it. It was a little over his head, but Tristan Peterson did a good job. Great call by Joe Hubbard.
Yeah, we talked about it at the onset. Got to be prepared for everything when you play Joe Hubbard's Hornets. And, really good attempt there by that young man trying to haul it in with one hand. Just couldn't quite get it. And, wow, almost a really big play here for East Central to start this football game.
Just kind of airmailed it on him, and so that's one when you complete it and you execute it, you look like a genius as a head coach. It's a Gold's Gym first down for Judson on the turnover of downs. Chandler running for his life, got out of trouble. Chandler very Deshaun Watson-like as the contact continued about 7 yards out of bounds, no flag. But his ability to escape was amazing.
Yeah, once again, East Central doing a really good job staying in their lanes and keeping Chandler in the pocket. Had a chance to bring him down, but Two's just a great athlete, makes something happen with his feet. And you're right. Extracurriculars there, well out of bounds.
2nd and 3 for Chandler. Turns and hands to Lewis. Lewis is a heck of a running back, goes straight forward for a Gold's Gym first down across the 35. He'll spot it at the 34 as we take a look at one of our player profiles brought to you by the U.S. Army. And it's Anthony Shelton. Talked about the size this kid has, 6'2", 190. Judson, of course, has a wonderful track program out here. Plans to major in biology. As they hand to Lewis inside, he gets about 4 right up the middle. Some of these Judson players are deceptive. Got a chance to talk to Lewis earlier in the season when we handed him the trophy for our John Wayne Player of the Week, and looked like a long, lean kid. I would picture him more as a wide receiver. But he, too, is a very physical running back for his frame.
Yeah. Well, USC and Colorado would disagree with you. They think he can tote it just fine. But, yeah, there's no question. He probably could play wide receiver if asked.
He's more in the Eric Dickerson build compared to the Emmitt Smith build. Long and lean as Chandler boots to his left. Turns it up, gets across the 30. Set up short, 3rd and short. Dominic Carmichael there.
Mike Chandler's already got an offer on the table from Mary Hardin-Baylor, but you would suspect as we go deeper into this season that more schools are going to be jumping on this bandwagon. I know it's frustrating for Rodney Williams as head coach. I mean, he gets a chance to work with this young man every single day, and he sees not only the talent but the potential of what this guy could be at the next level.
3rd and 5. Chandler guns it, completes it across the 15. Still on his feet is Amarie Bailey Davis. Damian Quick brings him down, but not before they get into the U.S. Army red zone. Another Gold's Gym first down for the Judson Rockets.
Well, like so many of these Judson athletes, they once upon a time were quarterbacks, Davis included. This guy is also Basketball player, too, and a good one.
Lewis right up the middle. Lewis dives to the 6. Jaden Jones makes the tackle, but not before Lewis gets all the way down, almost inside the 5-yard line.
It just hits you so many different ways, right? Running it, throwing it, and right now on the march.
Chandler talking it over with Lewis. Hands to him again, follows his block, stutter steps, and gets down to about the 2.5-yard line. It's interesting how Lewis kind of threw the brakes on that run to kind of find the right path. The door closed up on him quickly. Walter Johnson there to make the tackle.
Yeah, he was waiting for guys like McBrewer, 71, to lay some pancakes out there, man. These guys up front, both sides of the ball, big boys all the way around.
Third and about a 1/2 yard. It's Lewis diving in. Touchdown, Judson Rockets. It was Chandler on the keep, fake me out. And Judson scores first. It looked like they were fighting over the football on the exchange.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do. Hold it till you can't hold it anymore. Pulled it back, kept it himself, and you weren't the only one he fooled there, partner.
I was watching.
The end zone.
I knew 30 was in. That's why I called the touchdown.
Well, you weren't wrong.
Didn't realize 2 had the football. They tricked me, get it? And they got a treat. 7-0 Judson.
Now I got to smell your feet.
Stadium where the Judson Rockets lead it 7-0 late in the first quarter, joined now by Mr. Don Rackler. He took some time out of his busy schedule. You've been busy the past couple weeks.
I've been super busy, but it's good to be here.
Well, Don, thank you so much for joining us. And getting a little pregame ceremony, too. Our player of the week, Mr. John Smith this week. I mean,
Sims.
John Sims, I'm sorry.
John Sims, yes, sir.
And, I mean, just tell us about that young man right there.
Well, he was, very nice, very polite, very kind, and, he had a great game last week, and he's got an amazing story. I didn't know this till his dad was with him tonight, adopted from Haiti, and just an amazing story and a very heartwarming story, but just a very humble kid, very polite, gave big credit to his team to support him to be able to make the touchdowns that he made. So it was an honor to give him the John Wayne Player of the Week award.
Well, and this week, Don, we're going to have, another candidate from this game tonight and then 2 more later. So tell us when everybody can get on to the website to start that voting process.
Well, you can start right now for voting for the Player of the Game, and then don't forget next week to vote for the Player of the Week. And by doing so, you'll be registered in the John Wayne Home Makeover.
And Don, just behind us here, it looks like we had some action here on the kickoff. Turnover, looks like maybe Judson recovered the ball here. No, looks like the refs are signaling that it's still East Central ball here. So again, Don, Player of the Week voting begins Sunday and it lasts till when? Tell us.
Till Wednesday, and then it's decided on Wednesday. Of course, once their names are posted on Sunday night, everybody needs to go in and vote. And by voting, you'll also be registered for the John Wayne Home Makeover. Or just by voting, you're already registered to win the John Wayne 10,000 Home Makeover.
Awesome. Don, good seeing you again. Thank you so much for joining us. Don, Chuck, back up to you guys.
All right, thanks, Zach. Big hit on that play. East Central fortunate to recover it. Here's the look again as Rosemont has a nice game, picks up about 9. But a big-time hit, candidate for our collision of the game.
Yeah, look at James Gentry, man. Johnny on the spot. I mean, that was darn near close to being recovered by Judson, but Gentry doing a really good job. Strong arm of the law, was able to wrest that ball away.
Keyshawn Thompson knocking it out with the big hit. Nice 9-yard run by Rosemont. Sets up second down and less than 1. Basenko will throw it, complete it, and coming up from his corner spot is the all-star Xavier Spencer. Did a great job getting after the East Central receiver there, Christian Vela.
Yeah, 13's having himself a ball game already in this first quarter. He's been all over the place. Really good job coming up, breaking down, and knocking the ball carrier off his feet.
I'll tell you what, when they put the tape in, he's going to stand out.
Yeah,
Xavier Spencer,
right?
180.
Just to get on the field here at Judson, you're a starter. You're probably a college player.
Bosenko running for his life, throws it incomplete. Threw it out. Looking for his fullback, John Ledesma. Bounced it to him, set up 4th down and 3. And again, Karan Napoleon will drop deep for Judson to receive. We think a punt from Tristan Peterson. Faked it last time and had a shot at a touchdown. Just overthrew his receiver. Peterson gets this one off. It's a short kick. They'll bounce at about the 44 and take a Judson bounce, and that's where Judson will have it at their own 44, and we're back in 30.
Airport parking has never been this easy. Whether you use one of our 2 economy lots with free shuttle service, our long-term or short-term parking garage, or if you're a member of our guaranteed parking program, airport parking has never been this easy. Take advantage of our Park Assist app and know the availability of parking spaces before you leave home. Fly easier, fly San Antonio.
Back to live action, a little jet sweep action for Judson. Andre Jones brought down for a loss. Michael Brown doing a good job of pursuit there, and Judson's going to be playing behind the chains here on 2nd down.
These Hornets have done a really nice job, Don, early in this game, staying in their zones, and when they've had a chance to make tackles, they've done just that.
Look at that, Chuck, on the Go Public Smile Cam, God Family Packers in that order.
It's really not a bad order, if you're asking me.
Chandler completes it, threaded the needle to Mario Bailey Davis. Tough route there to complete that one right through the window.
Man, it looked like there were 3 guys on the back end there, and Chandler just threw a missile to make that completion. That was pretty spectacular. Let's see if we can get a low angle. Oh, this is even better. Look at that.
Hornets all around.
Nice pitch and catch, as they say.
3rd down and 2 for the Rockets, just inside East Central territory. Handoff up the middle is good enough for another Gold's Gym 1st down. As DeAnthony Lewis adds to his rushing yardage total. He's now over 1,000 yards for the season. 16 touchdowns as you take a look at our Dream SA band cam. Everybody bundled up here tonight. Gold's Gym 1st down for the Rockets. Chandler looking left, fires that way, completes it, and knocked out of bounds is Cameron Lopez. Trayshawn Johnson on the coverage.
Chandler just gets it and flips it, and again, another nice tackle.
Gain of about 5. They'll set up 2nd down and 4. They'll call a gain of 6. Chandler surveying the defense. Got Lewis with him. Straight drop. Looking over the middle. Caught again is Amario Bailey Davis. And he's got another 1st down inside East Central territory before Tavares Neely brings down Bailey Davis.
Chandler, just a couple step drop. Wheels and deals. Really good route. He was wide open.
The Gold's Gym 1st down for the Judson Rockets. Chandler hands off. Lewis hurdles a defender at the 15. You can see the burst of speed that DeAnthony Lewis has.
Yeah, he showed us a little bit of everything so far. You know, he's had some really patient runs where he's waiting for his blocks to develop in front of him. And then he's had some other ones where he's just had a little bit of a crease and he'll bust right through there and get you a gain that way too.
Judson leads East Central here as we come to an end to the 1st quarter. But the Rockets are on the move, looking to add to their total. It's a beautiful night for football here in Converse, Texas. We're coming back for the 2nd quarter on Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights. Welcome back. Time for our Mission Discount Water Softeners highlights. First quarter action. Judson up 7-0. Mike Chandler on the option, kept it himself, dove in, and Judson has the lead, and Chandler hoping to add to that as they switch ends, and they've got second down and 2 inside the 15-yard line. Judson undefeated, 8-0 on the year, 5-0 in district play. Beat up on New Braunfels Canyon a week ago, looking to go to 9-0 here tonight. Chandler wants to throw it on second down. Now boots to his left, buys some time, dances out of bounds, and a good tackle again by the East Central defense as they string it out, stay at home, and Jeremiah Richardson wrangled him out of bounds.
Yeah, the junior linebacker coming in, but again, you see how many East Central guys are out there and, not allowing or trying not to allow Chandler to get outside, and they're trying to make his life as miserable as possible. If he's going to beat you with his arm, keep him in the pocket. Don't let him beat you outside with his feet. So far, East Central's done a really good job keeping him in the pocket.
Big down here for the Hornets, 3rd down and 3, trying to stop Judson inside the red zone here, the U.S. Army red zone. Our thanks to the U.S. Army for their sponsorship all season long. 3rd down and goal. No, 3rd down and short. Chandler fires, got a man. Did he catch it? Caught. Touchdown. Davion Wilson on the grab. Took the ball to the ground. I thought the ball hit the ground, but he had control of it the entire time.
Let's see East Central selling out to try to stop the first down, get a wide receiver free, and hauled it in.
He tucked it away.
Really good job. Referees all over that one.
Humberto Villarreal on to kick the extra point. It's up and through, and Judson has a 2-touchdown lead. It's 14-0. Chandler throwing a dime to Davion Wilson.
Yeah, really good play design and, really good route. Selling like he was going up the field, then broke it back outside. Wide open, hauls it in. Judson strikes again.
I find it interesting that Chandler doesn't have more offers. You talked about him having a look from Mary Hardin Baylor. But yeah, I mean, the ball that he throws, the speed that he shows.
Yeah, and he's just savvy too. He's got that pocket presence, He gets outside and there's somebody that's about to, looks like they're closing in to make a tackle, and he kind of okey-dokies them, gives him a little head and shoulder fake and buys himself some more time. He just seems to have that innate sense that really good quarterbacks have when there's pressure around him. And then, again, probably the biggest thing is keeps his eyes downfield, looking for a receiver.
Hey, you can help determine who will win the San Antonio Sports All-Star Cheer Challenge. Powered by CPS Energy, Cheer Squad with most online votes. Going to win $1,000 for their program. $500 goes to the second place team. The top 4 get a chance to cheer in the Dome on January 4th. You can vote at the CW35.com. Kickoff will be handled by Trayshawn Johnson at the 10. Check that, it's D'Angelo Rosemond who takes it all the way out to the 29-yard line.
Yeah, you can't have the ball in D'Angelo Rosemond's hand often enough, right? Electric.
Put him anywhere. Throw it to him, let him catch it, kick it to him. Do it all. That kind of speed.
Now we'll see if East Central can get something going on offense. Obviously, it's, and you're having a hard time moving the football and give it back over to the Judson offense. You can find yourself down in a hurry.
Here's Rosemond in traffic. Brought down by Avante Freeman. 6 foot, 205-pound linebacker. Playing DE. Coming off the edge there as a pass rusher. Got some big kids up front again. Nathaniel Pryor, the number 90 there. 275 pounds.
Yeah, and he and E. Freeman, man, those two guys just juniors, so they're going to be here next year as well.
2nd and 10, no gain on the play. Here's Basenko, straight drop. Now he scrambles, and he'll just throw it out of bounds and live the play another day. Intended for Charles Oglesby.
Yeah, and you're Caden Basenko. I mean, this young man's just a sophomore. So you're lining up against the Judsons and every other team in this league this week, or every week in this league. And you're going to get some good experience, and this young man's holding his own. I mean, 8 touchdowns and 3 interceptions, closing in on 1,000 yards on the season throwing it. This Judson defense just gets better week in and week out. And we talked about how young they are on that side of the ball. Showing out so far here tonight.
3rd down and 10 for the Hornets. Basenko, inside handoff to Rosemont. They were hoping they could surprise him and break it, but Judson stays at home in the middle of the field to Juan Carmichael on the tackle, and that'll set up 4th down, and that means Tristan Peterson will jog out to punt it away.
Hey, Don, we got a little shout out from Mama Wisdom on Twitter tonight. Her and Bryce watching the ball game tonight.
That's awesome.
Bryce's dad too.
Man, what a great family, huh?
Yeah. Mama Wisdom, I think she had a birthday today too, so happy birthday, Diana.
High short kick. That ball is downed at the 48-yard line. Judson will have the football inside East Central territory. Happy Halloween. We're coming back with more football action.
Judson Rockets lead at 14-0 with a little more than 10 minutes left in the first half. Joined now by Riley Walker from San Antonio Sports. And Riley showing off a little bit of his old receiver skills here. A couple plays ago, we had the East Central quarterback throw it away. And made a nice grab there, man.
All hands, man. It brought me back to my old days. I loved it.
And speaking of which, we got loads of talent out here on the field tonight that are going to be showcased in the San Antonio Sports All-Star game.
That's right. We've got about 5 All-Stars here right now. I saw Mike Chandler, the quarterback, throwing a touchdown. They're looking real good today, and we're excited to have them out January 4th in the Alamo Dome.
And also, too, over on the East Central side, some offensive studs over there, too.
That's right. We've got the running back, D'Angelo Rosemont, and the offensive guard, Daniel Santignala. A couple of really high-character guys, and, best of luck to them as well.
So, Riley, remind everybody that game coming up here, it's going to be here before we know it.
That's right. It's going to be January 4th in the Alamo Dome. Like I mentioned, it'll be right after the All-American Bowl. That game will kick off at noon, and our game will kick off at 5 p.m. As far as tickets, you can go to Ticketmaster.com and you can get a 2-for-1 special. 2 games for the price of 1, about $10 on Ticketmaster.com.
You better get over there quick. They're going to sell out fast. Don, Chuck, back to y'all.
Thanks, Zach. Thanks, Riley. New set of downs for Judson. New series. Chandler fires to the near side, completes it. And it's going to be a gain of about 7 or 8 for Anthony Shelton. Wide receiver. James Gentry on the tackle. Chuck, you brought up Diana Wisdom and Bryce watching tonight. Bryce is going into, I guess, treatment 2 or 3 out of 25 for his chemotherapy treatment. A courageous young man that our John Elizondo profiled a couple of months ago. And it's just been so inspirational to see the communities of Judson, Steele, and others rally around this young man. As Judson goes for first down, that's Trey Brown on the carry, picking up a first down.
Yeah, and then to have, Ellen DeGeneres kind of get in on it too and bring Bryce's story nationally.
Yeah, Kelly Clarkson show as well.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool. I mean, who's not pulling for Bryce and the Wisdoms, right?
Yeah, and the ability to use your own struggle to bring awareness to pediatric cancer. It's one of those situations where you could do it on your own, you could stay quiet. The family has chosen to use Bryce and his struggle to minister to others who are going through the same thing. As we have a late hit out of bounds. Damian Quick out there hit Andre Jones after the whistle. But to use that platform so that others will benefit with just the awareness of pediatric cancer is just something that's not surprising, as we learn from John Elizondo's story about the strength of that family and his older brothers who have been successful athletes, but also inspirations to him. And as I said on a commentary a few weeks ago, who better as 16, 17-year-old kid than to have to go through this than a Judson football player, if you know the history of D.W. Rutledge and Jim Rackley and the struggle that they go through to make these kids through their boot camp, their awareness, the integrity and character lessons that you learn at this program. And I'm sure all of that will be helpful to Bryce as he goes through this.
And, you know, a chance for all of us to learn too. You know, how do you deal? How do you cope with stuff like this? And the Wisdoms are just a great example to the rest of us, how you do it with class and love.
Appreciate you watching, Bryce. We love you, brother. Hang in there. Chandler on the option. Pitches. Lewis. Touchdown, Judson. DeAnthony Lewis on a nice option call. And Mike Chandler found him for 6 more.
Just getting warmed up, huh, Judson Rockets? Mercy, that was a really good play. And again, you could just give all the accolades in the world to the Judson quarterback. I mean, just such a heady guy. I mean, he's already down the field. He's already past the line of scrimmage and sets up the defenders, pitches it at the last minute, and gets his buddy 6 points because of it.
Extra point is on its way and good by Varial. Judson leads 21-0. It's all Rockets here at D.W. Rutledge Stadium. As we move on into the second quarter when we come back. Man, were they having fun out at East Central today or what? Our Go Public Smile Cam out at the pep rally. Boy, that gym looks familiar, huh? The house that Stan Bonowitz built.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, man. You guys who don't know what we're talking about, 25 years ago, mid-90s, man, you could go out there on a Tuesday or Friday night and watch some high school hoops. It was as good as any in the country.
Oh, yeah, that's an all-timer for me, man. All the teams we've got to cover over the years. That 95 East Central basketball team was the funnest squad, high school-wise, that I ever got a chance to hang around for a while. That was really a treat.
That was fun. I remember going out there in 95 and talking to him mid-season and saying, you guys don't play a lot of defense, do you? And Stan Jr., who ended up being a great player at Texas Tech, said, hey, man, we don't mind giving up 120 as long as we score 121.
And then going to the state championship where everybody was just, these guys are going to get drilled, and they just rolled. What was it, Dallas Carter?
Dallas
right?
Carter ran him right off the court.
Perfect season.
Man, that was a fun season. Coach Bonowitz from East Central in our San Antonio Sports Hall of Fame. Stanley, the head coach at Concordia Lutheran now up in the Austin area. He's been there for a while, doing a great job. Still loving hoops.
Yeah, you know, he was a really good college player and then got sick. You know, you just wonder what kind of a, you know, if he would have been a pro player had he not gotten ill. But definitely a great coach, too.
Basenko's got a man wide open and threw it just behind his receiver. It looked like Chris Taylor had a chance to catch it on the back shoulder. If he had thrown it another 3 feet in front of him, that'd been a touchdown.
I wonder if we could take another look at that. And we can, because Chris Kotfus and the crew are so good at what they do. I just wonder, Don, if he accidentally lost it in the lights a little bit, just by his reaction.
It's almost like he didn't know it was right there upon him. Second down and 5. Here's Rosemond up the middle. Donnie Moody there.
Yeah, Moody, Payne, Garcia, all underclassmen, and then, you know, Warren Frederick, the senior number 40 over there at linebacker. So, again, this Judson ball club, you know, early on, they're just outscoring a lot of teams. Now this defense is growing up right before your very eyes, doing a really nice job here in the last few weeks.
Taking a look at Alexander King there, the junior offensive lineman, was all-district performer as a sophomore last year. First team all-district, just a junior. Sanko tries to dive for the first down. They're going to be a little bit short. It'll set up 4th down and less than a yard.
Yeah, big Nate Pryor over there doing the job. I mean, just kind of plugged that up. There was really nowhere to go. I mean, once he shed his block, he was there to make a nice play.
Playing for the playoffs here tonight if you're East Central, so down 21-0, no reason not to go for it here. And there's a stoppage, and Joe Hubbard wants to talk about it. Big play, and we'll be back in 30 seconds.
At San Antonio International Airport, we don't just make flying easier, we make it an experience. Take advantage of the galleries at SAT or SAT Live, where we feature local San Antonio artists and performers to enhance your traveling experience. We have nursing stations, pet relief stations, and of course our world famous ambassadors, all here to make your traveling experience better. Fly easier, fly San Antonio.
Welcome back. Taking a look at DeAndre Lewis, ready to get back on the field, hoping it'll be after this play. It's 4th and 1 for East Central. Joe Hubbard firing his team up. Looked like a bit of a tough spot. I thought he was more like 6 or 8 inches, but there's going to be a full yard here for East Central on the 4th down conversion try. Pasenko's got Rosemont to his left, and they're going to go from the gun here. Full yard to gain. It's Rosemont. Stopped short. Let's see where they're going to mark it. Looks like they're going to mark it short.
A really good surge up front by Judson.
Yeah. It's a half yard short. Nathaniel Pryor is fired up. Big number 90. If the name sounds familiar, he's the son of Chris Pryor, the Judson legend from 83-84. Running back who,
yeah, he helped blow that all up, but it was number
94
3.
as well, yeah. Carretro.
Yeah, it sure was.
And Darius Hughes.
Carretro just a sophomore. Sticking his nose in there like a big man.
Here's Lewis, watch out. DeAndre Lewis darting his way through traffic. Gets to the 26-yard line. Tavares Neely and Trayshawn Johnson there on the stop.
Yeah, it's really interesting watching DeAnthony Lewis do his thing. I mean, he's so patient. And then even when he's moving his feet, he's still churning and burning upfield. Look at this. Gets a guy in front of him. And
avoid the umpire.
Yeah.
First down, a Gold's Gym first down. Here's Lewis again. Gets another little seam. Dives ahead of the 25 to about the 23. Michael Martinez, the linebacker from East Central, making the tackle.
And then he's always got that too, right? You just steamroll somebody.
At the end, yeah.
Plow right through him. In my way, you're going to get trucked.
Only goes 185, 5'10", 185. But again, runs with great lateral speed, vision, and he's got breakaway speed when opportunities are there. Here's Lewis here. Lewis to the 10, inside the 5 to the 4-yard line, but we've got a flag back at the 29. We'll see if it stands. Now we've got 2 flags down. Gerald Green, our referee tonight.
Yeah, it's always nice seeing Gerald for the game. This crew always does a nice job with these contests here on TNL.
A 10-yard penalty, holding on Judson. They'll back it up. Gerald Green. Haven't seen too much of Gerald this year. He's a regular on TNL over the last few seasons. You see the ability for Lewis just does a great job of finding his way through traffic. We'll back it up. It'll be 2nd down and 20 from the 35. Chandler will bark out the play. 5:51 to go here in the second. Chandler wants to throw it. Looking to his left. Now scrambling. Gets out of trouble again, and now will just fire it towards an open receiver, and he almost had Amari Bailey Davis. He had another receiver shorter on about a 10-yard route that would have been an easy pickup. He went for the gusto and just overthrew Bailey Davis.
Well, another great job by East Central trying to keep him in the pocket. But again, once Chandler does his thing, escaping 3 or 4 guys, yeah, I mean, why not take a shot? He was open.
Man, the ability to just hop around so quickly and so effortlessly to get out of trouble. Just leapfrog over guys in your way. It's like playing hopscotch.
Yeah, we're talking to Rodney Williams before the game, and was just looking for some anecdotal stuff about his quarterback, and he said the biggest thing about Mike Chandler is he doesn't like to lose. So you start with that, then you got all the ridiculous athletic ability, both running it and throwing it. And, you know, it's pretty clear. You could see why this guy's had back-to-back just unbelievably ridiculous, explosive years.
Hey, the Children's Hospital of San Antonio sponsoring our $5,000 band grant. It's all based on votes. But text band 17 if you like East Central to 44332. 18 for Judson. $5,000 band grant made possible by the Children's Hospital of San Antonio. 20 bands all season long on TNL. One of them is going to walk away with $5 grand. 3rd and 17 for Chandler. Rolling left, fires, has a man caught at the 15 to the 10. It's Shelton, and he's just tripped up short of the 5-yard line by Damian Quick. Otherwise, he would have walked in for 6 more. A 29-yard pickup and a bullet fired by Chandler.
Really good job again. East Central keeping Chandler in the pocket, but yeah, you're not going to deny him. He gets himself into a nice throwing lane, throws a BB on the button, and then Shelton, the 4x2 champ, right there on the back end, trying to make it and almost scored.
Shelton got some pellets in his eye. He comes out as they hand it to Lewis, who fights off a tackler 2 and goes looking for contact inside the 5. And then we got some extracurriculars down there after the play. No flag. Trayshawn Johnson makes the tackle. As you take a look at Lewis again, stiff-arming the first tackler, and then again, not shying away from any contact.
Nope, and really good job by East Central rallying to the football as well.
2nd down and goal at the 4. Lewis back there with Chandler. Shelton to his left. It's Lewis, and Lewis runs over tacklers and walks in for another touchdown. DeAndre Lewis showing strength, and he ran over a 300-pounder in Jaden Jones, and that's why he's flexing.
Rodney Williams told us this is a kid you absolutely root for. He's overcome some stuff in his life, and you know, just one of those guys that the coaches love, his teammates love, and they just loving the fact that this guy is starting to turn into a superstar on the football field that, you know, maybe not a lot of people saw it coming earlier in his high school career.
Rafael Moembo on to kick the extra point. It's good. It makes it 28-0, and we're back in 30.
Fly easier, fly San Antonio, where we have more than 50 food, beverage, retail, and service concessionaires for your traveling convenience, from national brands to local San Antonio favorites. Enroll in the SAT Rewards program. Gain promotions, discounts, and points for every purchase. And your one boarding pass offers you access to every concessionaire in both terminals. Fly easier, fly San Antonio.
Welcome back. 5:04 to go here in the second quarter. 28-0 Judson Rockets. East Central will get the football back on the kickoff. We'll take another look at the touchdown by DeAndre Lewis. Just trucking a couple of tacklers to get 6 more. I'm sure just a junior. His big summer was this past summer. Got the attention of USC and others. And I'll tell you what, this next summer, everybody in the country is probably going to be taking notice of this young man.
Well, you know, it's interesting. I mean, if you're at Judson, you're used to having college recruiters on your campus. And when I was talking to Rodney Williams before the game about that, he goes, man, I'm just used to it. I mean, you just know that, you know, what he likes about being a head coach. He goes, I just feel like it's really cool. I get a chance to really try to help these guys get to the next level and, you know, further extol the virtues of not only what these coaches see, but then tell them what kind of great kids we've got here too. That, you know, if you're looking to recruit a guy, you're looking for the athlete, but you're looking for the person too, and they got him here at Judson.
Keyshawn Thompson is the young man who caused a fumble earlier that was recovered by East Central, and he just came up like a bullet on that kickoff special teams play to make another big-time tackle. By the way, you can vote now for our All-Star Cheer Challenge. We told you about it earlier. 4 teams are going to cheer in the Dome on January the 4th. Keyshawn Thompson shot out of a cannon on that special teams play. He handed it to Rosemond, good for about 4 straight up the middle.
Then talking to Coach Hubbard about their star running back, Rosemond. You know, of all the things that this young man is an athlete, he said, you know, this young man has got such a big heart. He's the kind of kid that when he goes and gets lunch, he looks around the lunchroom and sees what kid is sitting by himself, and he'll go sit down next to him.
That's awesome.
I'm saying, man, that's my guy right there. How can you not like D'Angelo Rosemond?
2nd down and 5. Direct snap here to Rosemond, and he's got speed. Rosemond all across the 45 down to the 48-yard line. Gold's Gym first down for the East Central Hornets and their best offensive play of the night.
Yeah, and Coach Hubbard said this too about this young man. Gets better as the game goes along.
Saw a bit of his speed there. Outrunning the defense. Gold's Gym first down for the Hornets. Trying to get on the board here before the end of the half. Own 47. Bosanko pressured and dropped. Great surge by Avante Freeman right up the middle. The junior defensive end came flying up from that spot to make the play.
Indeed he did. Pull, but just so much backside pressure, and E. Free didn't miss when he had the opportunity.
So that'll set up 2nd down and 17 as we tick inside of 4 minutes here at Rutledge Stadium in Converse, Texas. Caden Bosanko, sophomore quarterback with the snap, straight drop. Wants to throw it deep, now does. Got a man wide open. Caught it. Stumbling all the way down to the 7-yard line. Fantastic pitch and catch. Christian Vela on the reception. And what a dart by the young sophomore.
Yeah, right on the button. Vela doing a really good job throwing that top hand up to haul it in. It kind of knocked him off his feet a little bit, but he did the most important thing, which is bring it in and get the big play. You know, it would have been great if he'd have kept his feet. He would have scored, obviously, but hey, first rule of being a wide receiver, right? Got to catch the ball first.
So the Hornets have life inside the U.S. Army red zone. And we're gonna have a timeout as East Central wants to talk about it. Hubbard will burn his last of the half. Another look at the BB thrown by Bosanko. Almost overthrew him, but a great catch.
Yeah, did a really good job looking and feeling where the pressure was, stepping up and throwing a nice little dart downfield.
And that's the first play of the half for East Central to get inside Judson territory.
Pretty nice little tight spiral there, too.
Great ball, great catch. See if the Hornets can cash in before halftime.
Yeah, we talked about how tough this league is, but man, Coach Hubbard and company have done a really nice job. I mean, what were they done? 1-9 and 0-10 to start his first 2 years. He's in year 4.
And look at him. He's down 21-0 in a big district game, and he's laughing with his coaches. That's just who Joe Hubbard is. He's one of the most likable guys you'll ever meet.
Yeah, and you just get the sense, too. I mean, he's running a tight ship there, too. He's like, you know, kids want to be led, so we're going to give it to them.
First and goal. Bosenko looks over the middle, fires, and just overshot Charles Oglesby.
But a really nice little savvy veteran move there by the sophomore. You see him kind of shoulder shrug, looked like he was going to throw it outside. He got some of those safeties off of his eyes and just a little bit too much mustard on the throw, but pretty little savvy play right there.
A little pump fake. Expect we'd see a dose of Rosemond, if not once, twice on this series this close. Best offensive player. Come in motion, and here's Rosemond with the football, and Judson knew it was going his way. They stayed at home. Warren Frederick, the linebacker, came over to the strong side, made the play. Scholar Athlete of the Week, by the way. He'd done his homework on this play.
Yeah, and a whole host of his buddies there, too. Helping out, chipping in. Got to be frustrating as a ball carrier, right? You look up and there's just nothing but red in front of you.
So that'll set up third down and goal. Bosenko looking for the coverage that he wants. And here we go, a little fade to the corner. Got a man, and a great job of breaking that up by Karan Napoleon, who stuck his hand in there and knocked it out of the hands of Anston Bryant Kelly. Good coverage.
Really was. I mean, he had his back turned to the ball, but look, he just never gives up on the play. Locates, probably was looking at the receiver's eyes, and then once the hands went up, he knew to stick his right hand in there and poke it away. Really good job playing right through the whistle.
So that'll set up a field goal attempt by Noah Chavez. It's a short one, 25 yards to be exact. The left footer kicks it through, and East Central is on the board with 1:59 to go here in the second quarter. It's Judson 28, East Central 3, as Chavez does a nice job of booting it through.
Yeah, I think that's the right call there, Don. You know, you're having a hard time moving the ball. You get a big play that sets you up inside the red zone, and rather than, you know, take a chance and try to get the touchdown, probably be a little deflating. That was a really nice kick. Get yourself 3 points and see if you can't find a way to chip away at the stone here in the second half.
Hey, it's time for our teacher spotlight. Talked about what these coaches do for these kids. Teachers doing it as well. Wendy Waddell from East Central is the health science technology teacher. You can see that over the last 2 years, she's had 80 students become certified as nurse assistants. She's a passionate teacher, inspires, got great enthusiasm, and she's dedicated to excellence there in the East Central District, doing it at her own high school where she graduated, and she's stayed at home to serve her community with pride and integrity. So congratulations, Whitney Waddell, our Go Public Teacher Spotlight of the game. (28-3). Judson will get it back with 2 minute drill on their mind here. We saw Joe Hubbard last year manage a 2 minute drill as good as anybody we've ever seen in high school football. And now Judson will have that opportunity as they need a holder for Chavez. Pooches it all the way back to the 5, and Trey Brown's got it there. And Trey Brown has got some room. Trey Brown across the 30 down to about the 36. Trayshawn Johnson brings him down, and we'll see how Rodney Williams plays this.
Well, the most important play of the 2 minute drive is the first one. You know, we'll see if they decide to play it safe, either running it or maybe a short pass play, get the clock going, and then, if you can pick up a pretty nice chunk, then, maybe that dictates what you do the rest of the half. Doesn't look like they're playing it safe, though, right?
1st and 10, here we go. It's Chandler on the keep. Chandler up the middle. Avoids the umpire. Chandler across the 45 will get out of bounds to stop the clock with 1:41 to go.
So it turns out it was a safe play, but man, they spread them out. They had 3 receivers over on the left, 1 over on the far side, and then just decided to let Mike Chandler do his thing in space, and really nice pickup on 1st down.
Anytime you can get out of bounds, 2 timeouts to burn as well. Judson up 28-3. 1:41 to go as they get near midfield. They'll signal in the play. It's a Gold's Gym 1st down. Trey Brown in the backfield, not Lewis. It's a fake to Brown, little play action. Chandler trying to get out of trouble, now throws it up for grabs, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Andre Jones, but good coverage there by the East Central defense.
I'll tell you, there are a lot of NFL teams that can learn something from what East Central was doing in terms of how they want to attack Mike Chandler. I mean, that was just textbook. They had bookends, defensive ends, making sure they were just holding their edge, and then even when the right side began to collapse a little bit, they had a spy over there on the left side. So just really good job coaching up these East Central guys on defense. You see it so often in the NFL. Guys just want to go for the quarterback shot, and there's just no gap integrity.
Chandler fires it out here to Andre Jones. He's got some space. Andre Jones to the 31-yard line. 1st down, Rockets. They'll stop the clock to move the sticks. They've got 2 timeouts left as we're at 1:24. Plenty of time. Walter Johnson brings him down.
And Andre Jones, get ready for this kid, just a sophomore, already having a big year. Nice catch, and yards after the catch, too.
Chandler has a little option play here if he wants it. Instead, he keeps, and he'll get out of bounds after a gain of about 5 more. Boy, is he shifty.
You're not kidding. I mean, because, again, East Central has a guy out there, try to keep him contained, and he just snaps a couple ankles on his way to stopping the clock and picking up some chunks.
You see the player profile of Damian Quick. He's had a couple of big tackles here tonight. Got 2 interceptions on the year. A good hard tackler as well.
Yep, kid's been starting since he's a freshman. All kinds of skins on the wall at the Quick House, huh?
Man. A little jet sweep. Showing some speed and then some strength to get out of bounds is Isaiah Washington. And there's some smack talking that'll draw a flag. And we're going to have to see this. Looks like something the officials are taking quite seriously here, especially the side judge is walking after James Gentry, and we'll talk about it with Gerald Green. Isaiah Washington got tangled up there at the end with Gentry. And there was definitely some jaw jacking going on. We'll see who they'll penalize. And they're going to call the unsportsmanlike also against Washington at the end of the play. There was some talking from both sides, but the side judge was really offended by whatever he heard from Washington. There's the push to the helmet. And it was after that. That might have been a personal foul. And he threw it right there. Okay, so it was before the conversation. The side judge threw the flag right after the push to the helmet.
Well, it was a really good Judson drive up till that sequence. I mean, doing a really good job of not only moving the football, but getting out of bounds, stopping the clock, preserving timeouts. I mean, just about everything that you could possibly want if you're Rodney Williams. But obviously, man, they're assessing both penalties here on this play.
So the personal foul was on the punch to the helmet. And now the officials want to talk some more. The stiff arm goes right to the, that one's legal, but then he punches him with a closed fist and then shoves his helmet down, and the side judge runs in there. You see the yellow flag fly, and then he tries to tell him something, and Washington gave him some more lip coming back. But he got it. The side judge was all over it. So 2nd and 32. Now this is interesting. A minute left, 2 timeouts. Judson still with a very good opportunity to score here before the half. DeAnthony Lewis back in at running back. But a long way to go for a first down. And it's Lewis. He gets about 8 of it back as Damian Quick brings him down. Judson will go in a hurry, not using either timeout, but they're having a hard time getting everybody unpiled. Tick-tock. We go inside of 45 seconds there. 3rd down and 19. Andre Jones split out to the bottom of your screen. Lewis out in the flat. Chandler goes deep over the middle and bounced it to his intended receiver. Mario Bailey-Davis looked like he fell down as well, so that'll set up 4th down with 29 seconds to go, and Rodney Williams will run out his punt team.
Yeah, and that was a tough throw for Chandler, too, because he was kind of gliding to his left, spotted his receiver across the field, and then, you know, by the time the pressure came, it was hard to kind of set his feet and throw that ball across the field back towards the other way.
Anthony Shelton lining up to punt it away. And again, another stoppage. And a timeout taken by Judson. And we'll take it with him. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
I'm Rich Stinson, and on behalf of the entire team at the San Antonio International Airport, we'd like to say thank you. Thank you, San Antonio, for allowing us to serve you and all of your travel needs. For more than 75 years, we've been your hometown airport. Because of you, we continue to experience unprecedented growth, and we're excited about the future possibilities as we enter phase 2 of our strategic development plan. Thank you for flying easier, and thank you for flying San Antonio.
All right, we're back 28-3. 29 seconds to go. Judson will punt it away. East Central will get the ball back with very limited time left in here in the half. Down 28-3. Stick around for the Lockaway Storage halftime show coming up. We'll feature the bands and our Scholar Athlete of the Week. So drop Rosemont back, but not very deep. And they're expecting either a fake or for to be content with it just going over his head. And they'll be content with it just going over his head, and we'll see if it gets in the end zone. Takes a Judson bounce down to the 1-yard line and stopped right on the 1 by Andre Jones. And so that makes it a little interesting for East Central too. You can't take a knee here to get out of the half. You got to go forward. So I would expect maybe a quarterback sneak.
That was a really good job by Andre Jones, the sophomore, right? Look at this.
Yeah, tough hop. Run that thing down.
Yeah, locates the ball late, but you can't do it any better than that.
No, I mean like 2 inches between his foot and the white line.
Oh, hats off to the punter, too.
East Central's got to be careful not to give up 2 points here. 19 seconds to go. They give it to Rosemont, and he barely gets out. Ball's loose. They're going to call it down about the line of scrimmage.
Oh, that was a heady play by Rosemont. That was about to be 2 points.
And Judson wisely uses their last timeout to make them have to do it again. Otherwise, we were just going to go to the half. But yeah, this is no easy feat. Judson's defense.
Yeah, I mean, 48's unblocked. Makes a great play. And then Rosemont just having the presence of mind to lunge with that football.
Alex Garcia making that play. Get him to do the weather at halftime. It's Steele at East Central next week. Judson at Clemens next week. Again, if East Central loses here tonight, they're going to need to win next week against the Knights. And if Clemens takes care of business this weekend, then Judson Clemens will be for the district championship next week in District 26-6A. Judson and East Central, the big schools. Steele and Clemens, the smaller bracket, if it plays out that way against Smithson Valley, New Braunfels, and Steele all in the playoff mix as well. So 6 seconds to go. And again, Joe Hubbard just wants to get out of here clean.
Take a shot.
And there's a roughing call in the end zone, it appears. It was a pre-snap penalty, and then one flew late. That's a smart call, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you just take your quarterback and throw it to the moon, and by the time it comes down, the half's over. Half the distance of 6 inches is what?
3?
I knew that. All right, we got to get Zach. I hope Zach Hedrick can hear me, but I know Rodney Williams is going to want to talk about his team at halftime and what they've done right and wrong, but we got to get the backstory, Zach, on that. Is it a Hawaiian lei around his neck? We got to get a story about what that's about on here on Halloween.
Judson colors, I know that. Man, I'll take a shot here. Why not?
He's throw it out of bounds, but it doesn't burn all of the clock. And now they're going to say it does. Judson thinks there's 2 seconds to go, but the referees are going to say that's the end of the half. And Judson leads it 28-3 as East Central heads to the locker room trying to figure out what they're going to have to do to get on the scoreboard more here in the second half. Zach Hedrick running down Coach Rodney Williams.
Coach Williams.
We'll turn it over to Zach. Zach?
Thanks, Don, very much here with Coach Williams. Now, Coach, pretty good first half.
Oh, well, honestly, got sloppy there. We told the guys when it gets chippy, we got to be the bigger person and walk away and concentrate on what we're doing. We lost a little focus there. I'm not too happy about it. I mean, yeah, we got 28 points, but we got to play a lot more clean game second half.
Coach, we'll let you get in and start working on it. Thanks very much. Good luck in the second half.
All right, Coach Rodney Williams. Coaches are never happy, are they, Chuck?
Not to my knowledge, brother.
Never. Not in the vocabulary. Hey, we're coming back with our Lockaway Storage halftime show. Happy Halloween. Scholar Athlete of the Week, and we'll hear the bands. I bet you there'll be some fun costumes. Stick around. Judson 28-3.
Yeah, give me something good to eat.
Welcome to the Lockaway Storage halftime show.
Our halftime score, the Rockets lead at 28-3. I'm joined now by Sergeant Adrian Garcia with the U.S. Army. And Adrian, thank you so much for joining us. Adrian, tell us a little bit about yourself and how long you've been here in San Antonio.
All right, like I said, my name is Adrian Garcia. I'm originally from Los Angeles, California. I've been here in San Antonio since July of 2017.
Okay, and Adrian, how long have you been in the Army? I know you've been recruiting for the past few years, but how long have you been in the Army?
In the Army, well, military service, 24 plus years, and recruiting since 2010.
And what did you do before recruiting?
Before recruiting, I was a mechanic, so I used to work on Hummers.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, and Adrian is a two-branch guy. He also, he mentioned that, served some time in the Marines as well.
That
is
correct.
Adrian, thank you so much for your service.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Adrian, you've been in it for a long time. I mean, here on the football field, we see a lot of teamwork, the bands too. It's really what, the armed services are all about.
That's what it's all about in the Army. No matter what branch, it's all about teamwork, being part of something greater than yourself, and for the better of the whole. That's what it's all about, and that's what it's been about for me. I didn't join for money or anything. I wanted to serve this country, and I've been lucky enough, privileged enough to continue my career.
Awesome. Well, Adrian, for those who are looking at like you did when you first signed up, where do they need to go, and how do they find out more?
Well, they'll find out more if they can text ACKH 462-769. They'll be able to find out more information about the Army, Army Reserves, and know how they can get college, careers, opportunities with the United States Army.
Awesome. Well, and also too, there's booths out here at the games. We got one more week of T&L, so be sure to come out or text that number there. So, Adrian, thank you so much for everything, guys. Back to y'all.
Thanks a lot, Zach. Appreciate it. The East Central Marching Band has taken the field on Halloween here. Taking a look at the dance squad's big number. East Central Marching Band made up of 290. Ron Garza directs the crew. His assistant band directors are Richard Mendoza, Thomas Esperiqueta, and Douglas Johnson. The drum majors are Sarah Garza, Corbin Lubianski, Emily Lopez, and Emmanuel Rivas. The Hornet Band was one of the recent recipients of the Sweepstakes Award at this year's UIL Marching Contest, receiving first division ratings from all judges. They're going to have their own senior night at next week's home football game. And they're going to form 2020 on the field and get seniors to perform up front. By the way, Chuck, did you happen to see the Ohio State Marching Band's SpongeBob SquarePants routine that hit the Twitter and hit the internet this week?
I did not.
The formations that Ohio State is able to do has taken bands to a ridiculously new level.
I have a job, dude. Sorry.
You're always looking at your phone and Twitter. It was one of the big things this week.
Okay, if you say so.
It was right there. It was, there were other things going on besides the World Series.
I'm trying to think. Saturday, so I'm in Washington, D.C., and I finally had like an hour to just kind of decompress, and I was just sitting in the press conference room, and Dave Martinez, the Nationals manager, comes in, and he goes, "We've scratched Max Scherzer. He's not going." So all of a sudden, my story for News 4 all of a sudden doesn't make any sense. I had to scramble, go recut. It was one thing after another. But
well, I didn't see the Ohio State Marching Band bit till Monday or Tuesday when it kind of went viral.
See, I thought you were watching it live.
No.
Then I'm going to walk back everything I just said.
It was one of those those deals that Rex Chapman puts out. It's just one of those things that everybody was looking at because it was so cool. Nothing against the East Central Band. If you want them to be the band of the year and get the $5,000 band grant, text band 17 to 44332, and they are worthy. 290 and a dance team putting on a show here tonight. And I think it was, come as you are Halloween costume night tonight. So good for East Central. We'll be back with Judson and our scholar athletes when we come back.
Yeah, very nice.
Okay.
You're watching the Lockaway Storage Halftime Show.
Welcome back to the Lockaway Storage Halftime Show. The Judson Rocket Band now taking the field. Look at this colorful operation.
All decked out. I'm going to go hang with these kids after the show's over tonight, see if we can go trick-or-treating and score some sweets and treats.
Favorite Halloween candy that you were always surprised to get?
Oh, man.
Happy to get?
Baby Ruth was always pretty close to the top.
Really?
Or $1,000 bars.
Oh, yeah. $100,000.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, they jacked up inflation.
So other than the regular chocolate bars, Snickers, Baby Ruth, the Halloween only candy that you could get that was like like the orange peanuts marshmallow that were so gross.
That and like candy corn, man. Who besides David Chancellor eats candy corn or gets excited about
Elf.
candy corn?
Will Ferrell and Elf, remember, is one of the 4 food groups.
Nasty.
Candy.
The only
candy
thing good about
canes.
candy corn is that you can put 2 of them in your front and it look like you have fangs. That's about the only
I like
good
candy corn.
that comes out of candy corn.
One of the 4 food groups. There's candy, candy canes, candy corn, syrup. According to Will Ferrell and Elf. Now, I always loved the Bit-O honey because you only got it really at Halloween.
But, you know, it took you like a week to get that stuff off your teeth.
It was
The
a
gift that
difficult chew.
kept on giving?
Yeah, and the worst was when somebody would just give you an apple.
Yeah.
God, I
that was
hated
usually
that.
the house that got egged. No? Just at my house?
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, man. What? Some people out there who are listening, a very few amount, but some
Yes.
people who remember the Harmony Hills neighborhood on Blanco and West Avenue between 78 and 83 probably. That poor neighborhood was terrorized every Halloween.
All right, Don, this is taking me back. You know, we would love to bring
You
you
had to
more of
do
the
this.
band, but because of copyright restrictions on songs, you see the daddy-daughter dance going on?
Yeah.
Man, I had to do that for 4 straight years with my lovely daughter, Emily.
How'd you do?
I did poorly. She did great. But I feel for those dads that, you know, have to go through the rigorous training leading
There's a
up
couple of
to the deal.
Extensions are not quite what they should be
Yeah.
on those leg extensions.
Look, and it's funny because, like, all the daughters are, you know, they're kind of hanging with this. They realize that Dad is jumping on a sword for him tonight.
And there's a couple whose like employees are watching tonight, and he's told no one at work that he's going to do this, and their employees are watching this and they're seeing him on TV, and then tomorrow at the office they're tempted whether or not to bring it up.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Oh, I love that.
That's good stuff. Hey, the Judson Band is made up of 145 students. The head band director is Jeffrey Keys. His assistants are Dean Ponsetti and Laura Poling. The drum majors are Lonnie Buck, Carlos Cortez, and Blake Lowak. They were the grand champions, taking first place in every marching contest that they attended this year. Wow, that's impressive. They're also going to take a spring trip to Florida in March, and if you like them, text band 18 to 44332 for the Children's Hospital $5,000 band grant. And again, if you are wondering why we're not playing and why we're talking instead, is because as long as we keep talking, we can't get sued for licensing issues because we're not allowed to bring you the songs in full because of licensing issues. But we do want to make sure that we recognize these young kids who work just as hard as any other extracurricular.
That's for sure. I mean, how many times did you drop your kids off at school and, you know, they had some activity that they were involved in, especially in the fall, and you see the band out there in the parking lot doing their thing at dark 30.
Yep, or out there in the heat on the blacktop.
Yep, and it pays off, too. You get to come out here on Friday night and see these guys do their thing, guys and girls.
Again, it's the Thriller Walk on Halloween. Text band 18 to 44332 if you like the Judson Rockets for them to be eligible for our $5,000 band grant. Oh, and they're cranking up the Michael Jackson Thriller. Right now, though, it's time for our Vulcan Scholar Athlete of the Week.
Hi, my name is Daniel Santayana, and I go to East Central High School.
Daniel will graduate in the spring. He ranks 37th out of a class of 702 with a grade point average of 96.44.
I think athletics are always pushing you and always putting a challenge in front of you, right? And with academics too, so it teaches you not to give up.
Daniel was born in Cuba, and his family moved to the United States when he was 7 years old. He knew right away he had to play football.
I always looked at it and I was like, oh, that looks so fun. Like, you get to run around, hit people.
Daniel is also a member of the powerlifting and track and field team at East Central. He was inducted into the National Honor Society and and volunteers his time with the Big Brother program.
But it feels amazing to go be with the little kids and watch them look up to you.
Daniel hopes to continue his playing career at the next level while studying for a degree in business at a university with his family close by.
I love my family. My family is the most important thing to me. Every time I talk to my mom about some school reaching out from out of state, she's like, no, that's not happening.
Vulcan Materials is recognizing an outstanding kid like Daniel Santayana from East Central High School.
Daniel, congrats on being this week's Vulcan Materials Scholar Athlete of the Week.
Thank you. I'm Warren Frederick, and I go to Judson High School.
Warren will also graduate in the spring. With a 91.7 GPA, he ranks 90th out of a class of 547.
The reason I work so hard in class is because I know if I don't, I won't be able to play sports. If I don't play sports, then I kind of feel lost.
Warren is a two-sport letterman, playing football and baseball. He is also a cadet first lieutenant with the Air Force JROTC.
See, I thought something fun that I could really use to implement into the future, and they teach you a lot of important lessons.
Outside of the playing field and classroom, Warren volunteers his time with Veteran Lawn Care and Services.
We mow houses for veterans, we do public areas like parks, and we also do businesses. It's a very amazing feeling being able to help other people, make them happy.
After graduation, Warren has plans on attending college at LSU or the University of Texas, or joining the military. Vulcan Materials is recognizing an outstanding kid like Warren Frederick from Judson High School.
Warren, congrats on being this week's Vulcan Materials Scholar Athlete of the Week.
Thank you so much.
You're watching the Lockaway Storage Halftime Show.
San Antonio middle and high school athletes are doing great things for our community. San Antonio Sports and Methodist Healthcare are shining the light on teams that model key values through their actions. This week, we salute two schools whose community projects demonstrate beyond the game values. The East Central boys basketball team came together with Kaboom to help build the nation's largest obstacle course at Pearsall Park. They assisted in all aspects of the park construction, from pouring concrete to spreading mulch. Peace Middle School's basketball team took a step in the shoes of their fellow teammate Alicia Mears and learned how to play wheelchair basketball. This experience helped the girls understand the challenges their teammate faces. These athletes demonstrated the beyond the game values of sportsmanship, selfless service, caring, integrity, and respect. San Antonio Sports and Methodist Healthcare salute high school and middle school coaches who inspire their teams to serve others. Parents, teachers, and coaches can nominate teams that go beyond the game. Visit sanantoniosports.org.
You're watching the Lockaway Storage Halftime Show.
Welcome back to the Lockaway Storage Halftime Show. Judson leads East Central 28-3. Here at halftime, it's been all Rockets as we take a look at our Mission Discount Water Softeners first half highlights. And it has been the Mike Chandler show here tonight. He had a little zone read that he kept to make it 7-0. And Judson was on their way. Chandler going up top. Damian Wilson with a nice catch for another score. And then a little option to the Anthony Lewis. Lewis has had a big night here at Rutledge Stadium. 2 touchdowns in the first half. As Judson puts 28 up on the board, East Central got a field goal. We'll come back with second half action after this.
You're watching Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights, presented by John Wayne Service Company.
Welcome back to Rutledge Stadium. We're in Converse, Texas, where Judson leads East Central 28-3. As we take a look at our first half stats, and as you'd expect, Chuck, the Rockets are in control.
Yeah, a little bit of a slow start on offense, but once they got going, it was really hard to stop. I mean, what was it? 4 straight possessions with a touchdown, and then they were on their way late in the first half, try to get some more points, but they had a couple of big penalties that set them back there. But all in all, yeah, Judson rolling here at the break.
All right, Judson gets the ball first here in the second half as well.
Trey Brown and D'Anthony Lewis back to receive the kick. Noah Chavez will do the honors for the Hornets.
Here we go, onside kick to start. Oh, nice little hop there and a really good play by one of the up guys.
Gotta like Joe Hubbard's moxie tonight. He's gone for a couple of different things, trying to keep his playoff hopes alive, as Louis Bernal did a nice job of recovering that onside.
Yeah, did a really good job, man. See if that guy can play third base on the baseball team. Not an easy thing to do.
First down and 10 as we get underway here. What, not a second went off the clock? 12 minutes to go here in the quarter. Chandler running that option, keeping it himself. He's good for about 13, another first down for the Judson Rockets.
Yeah, really good job by the right side of the Judson offensive line to kind of clear things out. McBrewer, Campos, Rigsby in the middle. These guys have done a really good job all night keeping Mike Chandler clean.
Dimitri Rodriguez on the tackle. First down, fires to the near side. Andre Jones has it, cuts inside, breaks a couple of tackles, and is thrown out of bounds at the 36. Damian Quick with the tackle, and that'll set up short yardage attempt here. 2nd and 4. Judson going with tempo. Chandler slings it out. It's caught again by Jones in space, and East Central secondary does a nice job closing. Dominic Carmichael there with some help from his friends.
We were talking with the Judson coaches before the game, and they were talking about this sophomore right here, Andre Jones, super explosive, and he was going to be a big factor in this ball game, and he really has come on late here in the second quarter and touched the ball out already to start the third.
Little sweep. Lewis again slung out of bounds. Quick threw him out of bounds, no flag. But yeah, Jones, very impressive. Again, good size for a sophomore.
Yeah, and more good running and another sizable gap there. Big number 30 to do his thing. Once he gets ahead of steam, forget about it.
Judson on the move. Chandler back to pass, going for the end zone. Got a man, and it's caught for a touchdown. Anthony Shelton out jumping the defender, hauling it in, and Judson scores just like that to start the second half.
Really good job adjusting the football by Shelton. We already talked about his prowess as a track guy. Another guy that was a former quarterback. So helping his guy out. Locates the football. Does a pretty good job of using his body to shield the defender. You can understand why the offers to play at the next level are starting to heat up for that young man as well.
Talent all over the field for the Rockets. They lead it 35-3 here, just getting started here in the second half. Welcome back. The Judson Rockets kicking it off here after scoring another touchdown. Got on the board quickly here in the third quarter as they kick it away to Trayshawn Johnson, rather. He takes it up to about the 16-yard line. And that's where Caden Bosenko and the East Central offense will take over here, trying to get things going offensively here in the third. Michael Burrow on the tackle.
And Bosenko, as we talked about, just a sophomore. Man, already super strong. Coach Hubbard was telling me this kid squats 400 pounds.
Wow.
Really? Nice. Means he could take you and I in on one hand. And
man, that is strength.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Got a personal foul call. Gerald Green will back it up. East Central will be deep in their own territory.
Coach Hubbard was telling us that Shenko does a really good job, too, of, he's a really mature kid and protects the ball. A lot of savvy for such a young guy.
Going to have some talent around for years. Expect Joe Hubbard to be there as well, as he's done a good job building this program, as we talked about earlier. Gold's Gym first down. 10:26 to go here. Third quarter action. Rosemont has it and not going far. Nathaniel Pryor, 275-pounder right on the nose there to make the tackle.
Yeah, and he was telling me his love for East Central and the community before the ball game, that he says it starts with the administration. They know they're trying to build a foundation here. He gets a lot of support, and they kind of let him do his thing in terms of coaching up the kids and the expectations that they're trying to set for these young men.
And again, just a first-class individual, Joe Hubbard. Direct snap to Rosemont. Tries to get outside, but runs into big 99, or is that 89 to Juan Carmichael. And then he had some help to finish him off.
Yeah, and Judson's got a whole bunch of new defensive linemen this year. Of course, they were stacked last year. Guys playing all over the place, including Texas A&M. And some of these guys have just kind of waited their turn, and they've really done a good job. Coach was telling me, he goes, it's like a bunch of Wolverines, man. They just get after you.
Dominant #1 in town all year long, wire to wire in TNL's top 10. Spasenko scrambles, has some room up the middle, now runs it. He's dropped from behind. Good pursuit by Avante Freeman, who's done a nice job in that 3-4 off the other edge. He's just a junior.
Yeah, Freeman, we've been calling his name all night. That's just a hustle play. I mean, he's up there trying to put pressure on the quarterback, goes around the edge. Quarterback steps up, leaves the pocket, and Freeman was there to pursue backside and make the tackle.
Gold's Gym first down for East Central. Spasenko goes over the middle. Should have an interference flag there, and we do, comes in late, both of them. Chris Taylor, the intended receiver, and Xavier Spencer there just a little early.
Yeah, Chris Taylor, speed to burn there, just a sophomore. Huge upside for this young man. He just got a step on the defender. And
may have been clean on second
yeah,
look.
He just got his feet tripped up a little bit. 13's had a big night for Judson too, Xavier Spencer, no question.
I'll tell you what, if I'm recruiting at the next level, he's one of those that just jumps off this game film. 13 is all over the place. Good coverage, good speed, hard hitter, comes up, makes tackles from the corner spot, tough. He's a San Antonio Sports All-Star candidate. And a form tackle in the backfield by Alex Garcia.
Get your first morning weather.
I'll tell you what, Alex gave us great weather tonight, and he's given us a great performance on the
That's
field.
what I'm talking about. He thought all he could do was predict the weather. Mercy.
I thought his eligibility was up.
Me too. Kids had a whale of a ball game as well. We talked about incredible Rosemont. What a great player that kid is, and Judson's doing a really good job for the most part of keeping him in front.
Little screen pass out here to Jeremiah Richardson, and he's still on his feet, breaking tackles. Gets close to another first down. They'll be short.
Jeremiah Richardson, just the junior. Doesn't mind trucking a few guys along the way as well.
215 pounds. He's a load as a junior. He'll return along with Spasenko and Alexander King, the 350-pound first-team All-District right guard there. looks like it's going to be short of the first down.
Yeah, they've got some youngsters on the offense for East Central. Their defense is senior laden. We've got seniors across the board except for one sophomore starting linebacker.
All right, so here we go. 4th and really short, less than a yard for East Central. Trying to cash one of these in. Entire ball game, both teams have gone for it on 4th down, haven't had much success. Here's Basenko, going to keep it himself, runs behind his running back, gets the first down. Tough run by the sophomore quarterback.
He got it, and all those squats paying off. The lower leg drive on this young man is exceptional.
Let's send it down to Zach. What's up, Zach?
What's up, Don? I'm joined by 3 very special guests, the drum majors from the East Central Hornet Band. I'm going to have them go down the line here. We're going to introduce themselves here. So, Emily, you're up first.
Hi, my name is Emily Lopez, and I play French horn. Hi, I'm Sarah Garza, and I play sax.
I'm Emmanuel Rivas, and I play the flute.
Awesome. These guys had a great show tonight. Of course, Halloween theme, so Thriller. I mean, so Emily, did you do the dance?
Oh, no, I just got inducted in. I wish, though.
So I know you got school tomorrow, and you're not going out trick-or-treating tonight, but what would be your, if you were going out, what are you dressing up as?
I would dress up as Velma because I get told that I look like her a lot.
And Sarah, I know this year had a great contest season, got sweepstakes a couple weeks ago. What is it about this year that was so great? I mean, going out with a bang your senior year.
I think we just put a lot into our rehearsals and didn't make it like strict all the time, but like remember to have fun but get work done, and that really proved a positive result.
Awesome. And Sarah, so Emmanuel, I know too. We just got done listening to the Judson drum line. You can actually hear now. What are you looking forward to just for the rest of this season?
I'm just looking forward to the music that we get to pick out for UIL, because I know our band, well, my band director, since we're in different bands, he picks out really good music for UIL. So I'm looking forward to that.
Awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us, and great marching season. Congrats on all your accomplishments.
Thanks so much.
Guys, back to y'all.
All right, thanks a lot, Zach. Congratulations, kids, for all they're doing in the band, all their accomplishments. And what a band it is. Successful. A reverse to Rosemond. He's in trouble, and he's dropped. Devontae Freeman, but it was DeJuan Carmichael who got there to knock the balance off of him, and he couldn't recover.
Yeah, just a guy shooting through and plugging a hole. Not having any of it.
Big game by these defensive ends, Carmichael and Freeman. East Central will punt it away. Karan Napoleon back at the 35.
Not your typical Judson defensive ends in terms of body type than what they've had here around here lately.
That one was
These dudes are like
blocked.
190 pounds.
Yeah, not compared to what they've had lately.
Right.
Judson in control, 35-3 with 4:40 to play here in the third quarter.
Welcome back to Rutledge Stadium. A little more than 4 minutes left in the third quarter, and the Judson Rockets lead 35-3. I'm joined now by 3 more special guests, the drum majors from the Judson Rocket High School Band, or known better tonight as Alvin and the Chipmunks. Great costumes, guys. First, all of them are seniors here. Introduce yourselves, guys.
My name is Lonnie Buck, and I play the bassoon.
My name is Blake Loak, and I play the trumpet.
I'm Carlos Cortez, and I play trumpet.
Awesome. So, Lonnie, I have to ask, I mean, who came up with the costume idea?
It was more of a joint effort after we figured out like a trio, so I really enjoyed having to work with them, with this at least.
Very cool. And Blake, I know you guys just wrapped up concert season. Tell us, I mean, just how did it all go? What was the show?
Oh, our show is called Phoenix Rising, and we had an undefeated season. Every single competition we went to, we got first or grand champions or whatever. It was awesome. We had a great year.
And Carlos, so tell me, we've been talking to everybody about the stand tunes and stuff like that. Let me ask, what is your favorite stand tune to conduct and why?
My favorite is Tribe, because like everyone just gets hyped and it's like the best song.
Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us, and stay warm tonight the rest of the way. All right, guys, back to y'all.
Thanks a lot, Zach. Mike Chandler has come out here in the second half with his hair on fire. He is running with a purpose.
And he does have fantastic hair.
Show flow, is that what you call it?
100%. But yeah, he's got another gear. It looks like everybody else is worn out, and he's finding another burst.
You know, we had him as
another gear.
Our John Wayne Player of the Week earlier in the season, and they gave him that hat, that baseball cap to put on. And it was almost an impossibility for that kid to wear a baseball cap. He did his best. He extended the tab to as big as it could, and then he to his credit, he worked at it until he got it on. Let's take a look at the screen. Left-hand side of the screen, you see a punch, a closed fist punch, and that's not an ejection?
Yeah, they did. They threw him out.
All right, I didn't see the ejection. But, yeah, that's just frustration boiling over for Michael Brown and the East Central Hornets. Had a little bit of chippy.
Yeah, you don't want to see any of that, right? I mean, Mike Brown, 3-year starter.
Just lost his cool there for a second.
Yeah, and I know Coach Hubbard's not going to be pleased about that.
Judson moving inside the U.S. Army red zone. Here's Mike Chandler. Hand off. Trey Brown on the carry. Picks up about 2. Jaden Jones, the big 300-pounder on the tackle. Sets up second down and 9. Judson fully in control here.
Yeah, and isn't it interesting, Don? I know you and I see a lot of Mike Chandler highlights week to week. Watching high school football, and boy, I'll tell you what, this guy's even better. You get to watch him for a full game.
Little pump and go, has a man, and it just goes through the hands of Amari Bailey Davis, who had his sights on that one for another 6. Couldn't hang on.
Yeah, he couldn't have thrown it any better if you're Mike Chandler the second.
Lewis is back in the football game, number 30, the Rockets' leading rusher. Nice little pump and go there. And Rodney Williams can't believe that wasn't 6.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, man, we haven't talked enough about this Judson offensive line tonight either. I mean, they've been really, really special. Talk about Cameron Scott over there on the left side, 65. That guy put on 30 pounds this year and helping out for runs like that.
Chandler with ease into the end zone. Touchdown, Judson. But we do have a flag, and it looks like it's coming back. It's a hold against the Rockets. They'll back them up, and it'll be third down with 2:59 to go here in the third.
Yeah, just when I was getting ready to extol the virtues of the Judson offensive lineman, I don't know about the hold, but there was an illegal hands to the face that East Central had that wasn't called. There's a little bit of everything going on tonight on Halloween.
Yeah, both these teams came out fighting. It got chippy early, and it stayed that way.
You just saw 62 Rigsby, the center. I mean, he and Scott both, Louisiana Tech, looking at those guys. They're both underclassmen. And again, you know, a lot of these guys are going to be getting a lot of looks as we go forward for the rest of the year.
Judson will take a timeout, and we will take it with them up 35-3 in the third.
Closed captioning for tonight's game is sponsored by Associated Collision Center, serving San Antonio since 1976.
Welcome back. Here we go. 3rd and 14 for Chandler. Drops. Can run it if he wants. Does. Chandler high-stepping, and then going out of bounds. They're going to call him out at the 1.
I think he thought it was going to be an easier ride there. He started to high step about the 6 and then didn't get in, and he was careful not to fumble through the end zone for a touchback.
Yeah, like a Sikorsky Blackhawk. Look at the little helicopter action, huh?
Stopped just short. Good hit by that East Central defense. Andre Ortega got him. Kind of helicoptered him there right at the 1. So here's Chandler again. He'll throw it, and it's an easy walk-in touchdown for Cameron Lopez.
Yeah, it was actually a lateral. But spiffy nonetheless, whatever it takes, right?
And that's that old Art Briles RG3 stuff at Baylor. So many options off of this spread offense.
Yeah, just a really nice play design, right? I mean, you fake the run inside, then you fake the keeper on the RPO. Instead, it's a lateral, and Judson's cracking the scoreboard again.
42-3 with 2:40 to go here in the third quarter. It's all Judson Rockets. And remember, this is a good East Central football team they're beating. And beating easily. Heard a lot about Judson. Brandeis, another really good team in town. Harlan, our first chance to get a look at Judson this season. Clemens is another good one.
And how about Rodney Williams not missing a beat, right, with all this?
Not at all.
First-year coach, longtime offensive coordinator, and, man, it's just next man up at Judson.
I was having a conversation with the guys in the office the other day. Is there a chance that Brandeis is better than Judson? And, you know, Judson's been ranked number 1, so you're not going to drop him. What we've seen here tonight, Judson is the most athletic team that I've seen. And they've got athletes all over the field.
Yeah, Brandeis might be a little bigger, and you can't go to sleep on their athleticism too, but be an interesting matchup, that's for sure. I'd pay to watch that one.
Steele gave Judson all they could handle in a 51-48 overtime game. Trayshawn Johnson. Check that, D'Angelo Rosemond has it. He's across the 25 down to the 26. But I would expect those teams to all have good playoff runs, and San Antonio's been kind of snake bit in recent years of trying to get past those Austin teams. At the regional level, Judson and Brandeis appear to have the talent to make a run this year for sure.
Yeah, and some of those 5A schools too.
Inside handoff to Rosemond. You can see how quick he can burst. Yeah, Wagner and Veterans Memorial, both very talented. I don't know that I've seen a better defense at any classification than that Veterans Memorial defense we saw earlier this year.
Yeah, they were pretty special. Yeah, it just speaks to the coaching that we have here in the area. You watch some of these teams play, like these two teams tonight.
Mark Kusenberger pointing out, though, that Wagner also has 6 straight shutouts. So Wagner's defense is going to say, hey, what about us? Hadn't seen them this year in person. Christian Vela on the tackles. You take a look at the Monarch trophies. One will go to our player of the game, the other to the coach. Monarch Trophy Studio, been with us since the beginning. If you have business needs that require plaques or awards or trophies, give them a call at 344-3777 or go online to mtsawards.com. Movement up front. Look like a false start. Joe Hubbard, a little confused. Joe Hubbard from Hooks, Texas. Home of Billy Sims. Right there by Texarkana. Joe Hubbard was a All-American offensive lineman at Hooks. Played at Texas with Priest Holmes and Wayne McGarity on that first John Makovic Big 12 championship team that beat Nebraska.
Oh, yeah, with that huge play late, right?
That fourth down, James Brown throwing to the tight end on a boot.
In St. Louis, Missouri.
That's right. Fired over the middle and caught. Big play for East Central. All the way inside the 40-yard line is Christian Vela. Nice throw by Caden Basenko.
Was a really nice throw. They've had some really nice balls down the field tonight when they decided to take some chunk plays.
You can tell why they like him as a sophomore. He can sling it 27 yards on that game. Had another really good pass earlier in the ball game.
And all these kids getting the most out of these stiff arms tonight, right?
Yeah.
We've seen quite a few of them.
I think people wanting to punish people tonight.
Oh, no doubt.
Basenko going to keep it himself. Up the middle, got some room. Basenko inside the red zone, inside the 10. Basenko to the 9. The sophomore, 5'9", 185, playing a lot bigger than that on that play.
Well, he's going to get a lot of winks in the locker room out of this one. Look at this. Nowhere to go with the ball, tucks it and run, and then bam! Taking on guys like a little Tonka truck.
That'll take us to the end of the third quarter. We'll flip ends. Judson in control, but East Central on the move here at Rutledge. Welcome back. Time for our Mission Discount Water Softeners. Third quarter highlights. Chandler going up top for a touchdown there. And then the easy little option lateral pitch. As Judson in control, those scores by Anthony Shelton and Cameron Lopez. But East Central knocking on the door here. Basenko throws a fade to the end zone. Oh, what a catch! Anston Bryant Kelly went up top over the defender and just kind of lulled him to sleep. I don't think the defender, if he's watching the eyes of the receiver, knew he was going to go jump up and get that until the very last second, and he exploded into the air to bring it in.
Man,
what a
I mean,
catch.
yeah, really good defense right there. He just couldn't locate the ball. But the wide receiver did.
Anston Bryant Kelly, just a junior, is the extra point no good, so that'll make it 42-9. But a nice highlight, good throw, good catch by the East Central Hornets. We'll be right back. A chilly night on Halloween in Converse, Texas. Judson fans having a good time. East Central scoring their first touchdown of the game, and they'll kick it away. And DeAnthony Lewis has it. He's got speed to burn, gets to the corner, fends off a tackler right at about the 35. They'll spot it at the 36. Trayshawn Johnson knocking it out of bounds. And Judson will run out their offense, up 42-9. We'll see if they stick with Chandler in the first teamers or if they start to rest him up for the big game next week against Clemens. And it does look like Michael Burrows, the sophomore, will come in relief here as we start the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it was interesting because DeAnthony Lewis returned that kick, and we were just marveling at that guy's pad level. He just doesn't seem to break stride. He knocks guys out, and then not in there in this series. Some wholesale changes, and Judson not missing a beat.
Sophomore Michael Burrows only has 15 yards on the entire season coming into this game, but boy, he looked like a senior here. Just a sophomore with, again, cutback move and speed to burn.
Yeah, obviously setting this young man up for the future, but, you know, limited number of throws on the season, but 5 of 8, it's not bad either. Hadn't turned the ball over, so bringing him along slowly and then hand him the keys to the car next year.
He hands to Trey Brown, who gets to the corner, gets outside, and Brown turns on the Jets. Trey Brown inside the red zone. Damian Quick brought him down, but not before he picks up a Gold's Gym first down and moves it inside the U.S. Army red zone.
It's such an honor, John, if you can get on the field at Judson's. You got some of these guys that are just, they've been licking their chops to try to get into a ball game, and I'll tell you what, give them a shot, and they're making the most of their opportunities here.
Trey Brown was telling me on the field before the game, I was doing my live shot for News 4. He said, interview me.
Okay.
I said, you score a touchdown and I will. He said, I will. Here he is at the 20. And he gets knocked out of bounds at the 5, but he's running with purpose. James Gentry knocks him out.
All right, so after the ball game then, we're going to have to make sure that Zach interviews Coach, the player of the game,
and
Trey
number
Brown,
20
if he
scores. he was on the bike, on the stationary bicycle warming up. He just yelled at me, "Hey, put me on TV." Here he is, Trey Brown right up the middle, looking for contact. Look at the
wants to be on
drive.
TV. He's still not going down.
Big teammate helping him there. Big Jared Campos, 280 pounds. Dangerous to be an umpire.
Heck yeah, man. I'm telling you, you walking around before the game, both teams. It's a lot of, it's like looking at the Steelers and the Packers down there.
When we're yeah, he took it right in the back. When we're down there pregame with these guys, I can't believe how big high school kids are now. As Trey Brown lunges, and is he gonna get on TV? Yes! Touchdown, Trey Brown and the Judson Rockets. That'll make it 48 with the extra point to come, and Trey Brown, the junior running back.
Good to his word. Oh, is that good? Look at my golf swing, nice.
48-9 the score. Judson in control on Halloween. We're back at Rutledge Stadium. People all bundled up. It's a little chilly out here on Halloween as the Rockets kick off to East Central up by 40. A little loose ball there by Rosemond, but he regains it, and there's a collision of the game nominee. D'Angelo Rosemond with a big-time hit. And a very special night here at Rutledge Stadium. During halftime, George Gutierrez asked his girlfriend to marry him. He's down there in the John Belushi bee costume. Hornet. They've been together about 2 years. George just recently joined the JW Academy, John Wayne Service Company. Natalie went to school at East Central. Was a cheerleader there, graduated in 2011. And she got her teaching degree and is teaching language arts, and is also the head cheer coach at East Central, and now she's got a diamond ring.
Man, that's awesome.
Way to go, George. Congratulations. I don't know, would you say yes if the Hornet costume came up to you?
It's like, yeah, you're probably not off to a good start with the in-laws. That's like me. I want to marry your daughter. Do you have a job? No. Oh, good time.
Sanko rolling and going forward for close to a first down. He's going to be about a yard short, it appears.
That's really cool, though. Make it fun. Come out here, and you'll have a memory for a lifetime. And
get on TV. And
tell your kids someday how it all went down so they can roll their eyes.
How did Dad propose?
That's right.
He was wearing a Hornet costume.
That's awesome.
It was Halloween.
It was Halloween.
First and 10, East Central down 40, ticking close to the 8-minute mark. The handoff goes inside, and a gain of about 2, and the umpire throws a underhand flag right into the middle of the scrum. That's usually holding. We'll wait for Gerald Green to make the call here. And it will be a hold against East Central. East Central, Judson will accept that penalty. Take another look at our teacher spotlight of the game. John Lambert teaches over at Kirby Middle School. He teaches social studies, demonstrates a great attitude, history teacher, and he achieves this by portraying people who are part of his lessons. For example, when he taught students about the West, he dressed up as a cowboy and acted the part all day long. Mr. John Lambert reaching kids at the middle school level there at Kirby. Flipping forward is Michael Aguilar. Didn't get out of bounds, so the clock continues to run, and I would think at this point in the ball game, Joe Hubbard would be just fine with that.
Yeah, Michael Longfoot making a play right there.
Sets up second down and 15. Mark Kusenberger, as we were talking earlier about Wagner and Veterans Memorial, reminded us that that's the showdown game tomorrow night right here, same stadium, for the district championship there in 5A. Wagner and Vets Memorial both undefeated in district play. Firing incomplete is the backup quarter, Tristan Peterson. He's the punter, who you remember attempted a pass on a 4th down fake punt early in the game, just missed his receiver. Looks like we'll have an illegal man downfield here on this call. And the clock continues to run. I don't know why, but DeJuan Carmichael, our player profile, this kid's been everywhere tonight from the defensive end spot. He's a vice president of the Kappa League. He wants to go to Texas Southern, major in criminal justice. Somebody let the coach know it's Texas Southern, because they're going to want him on their squad. Peterson, scrambling, running out of time and space, and he's sacked, dropped inbounds, as Judson has their number 2 defense in. Adrian Roberts doing a good job of pursuit from the backside.
Yeah, going stride for stride with the quarterback there, big Adrian doing the job.
Fourth down and 19. And Peterson will stay in to punt it away. Kicks a little knuckler. Bounces down to about the 42, and Judson will try to put this game to bed when we come back. 49-9, all Judson Rockets on TNL. We're back, and it's time for our Roselle Gardens collision of the game. Mike Chandler going airborne, and he was drilled by Andre Ortega. The East Central Hornets, and that is our Roselle Gardens Wedding and Event Center collision of the game. Chandler lived to tell about it. He's watching on as his backup in the ball game right now. Burrows, a jet sweep coming this way. Orlando Cabrera, Jason Bratcher rather, the wide receiver, junior on the carry. Getting to see a lot of the young guys now, the sophomores and juniors.
Boy, this Judson team sure is fun to watch, aren't they, Don? I mean, top to bottom, man. They got players, as usual, all over the place.
Size, speed, athleticism, talent, everything you want.
Yeah, I was talking to Coach Williams before the game. He said You know, they just want to play. They don't really worry too much. And sometimes they have too much fun, so you kind of got to ring them in a little bit. But he said, man, when the lights come on, these guys really know how to play. And he wasn't kidding.
Yeah, they've got, you can tell, a little competitive edge even between themselves. They carry themselves with a swag. These guys know they're good. They know they're supposed to be good. And, you know, that Steel game where they were really pushed to the limit really said a lot about their clutch.
Yeah.
Personality in that one.
And Rodney said, you know, I'm OCD, man. These guys push my buttons every day, but in a good way. So I think he really enjoys coaching these characters.
I'm sure. It's fun to coach when you're undefeated.
Right, yeah. You got players that can play. You got a little swag, got a little charisma to them. Like it.
Handoff inside doesn't go for much. Hey, I want to tell you about Beyond the Game, San Antonio Sports and Methodist Healthcare, shining the light on teams that model key values through their actions. Been telling you about it all year, and on both News 4 and Max Sports, parents, teachers, and coaches can nominate the teams that go beyond the game. Just visit sanantoniosports.org. These are the teams that are, doesn't matter what gender, what sport, volleyball teams, middle school teams, football, basketball. These are the kids that are getting together and they're working in the community. They're painting houses. They're doing things in the community, helping people, getting behind the Bryce Strong effort, showing all those characteristics. If you know of a school or a team that's doing that, they're picking up garbage for the elderly or helping in any way, let us know on that website, and we'll feature them as part of our Beyond the Game stories that we tell every week.
Yeah, and if there are any young people out there or teachers or administrators that want to come out Saturday too, we're doing the epilepsy walk down at the zoo. Love to have everybody down there.
All right.
We have like over 1,200 people walking down there on Saturday. Looking forward to it.
Probably be great weather. 4th and 7 for Judson. They'll punt it away here. Jeremiah Richardson back. He'll let this one bounce. Judson will down it there with 3:48 to play. And again, at this point, they're just running clock. Extra seconds. 3:38. Don't forget to vote for our cheer challenge as well. 4 teams that'll get to cheer in the Dome. Part of the San Antonio Sports All-Star Cheer Challenge. Powered by CPS Energy. Vote at CW35.com. The band that gets the most votes wins $1,000 as well as gets to cheer in the Alamo Dome. So, again, this is easy. You want your band to do well? Just text all the time. .332 to go, so the Judson Rockets will stay undefeated. They'll go to 9-0, 6-0 in district play. They'll have their showdown next week. Trying to go perfect 10-0 in the regular season.
Hello.
And we've got a pre-snap penalty that'll nullify this loss. Hey, Chuck, you know what time it is?
Let me check my watch.
It's time for the gentle musings of the uniform czar. And how can you go wrong with these two? They're both classics. East Central's white, I like the fact that they've incorporated a plain white pant to go along with it. Good color scheme. Always love the black and gold color scheme, especially when it's combined with white. Not the Steelers look where it's all black and gold, but where you got the white accent, or the black and gold accent on a white uniform. Plain, simple logo on the EC. And a little history lesson for you Judson watchers. This uniform is classic because it goes back to, they've never really changed it.
The Judson uniform is one of the great programs in Texas high school sports history. I want to tell you something about that Diamond J logo on the helmet. You see how the J itself is the primer gray, but the red outline? That shape is, if you look at a map of the city of San Antonio and Converse, that shape is the shape of the district. If you took a pencil and you draw the Judson School District, everything inside that red is the neighborhoods inside the Judson School District.
I did not know that.
That's how they came up with the Diamond J logo. And it's changed a little bit from the helmet, from the Diamond J on the hat, which has a point at the top. But, yeah, from what I understand back in the day, DW told me that either a district employee, who may have been a secretary in the district, who had a penchant for art, came up with that, because that was the district. Everything inside the red, the things outside the red went into the Clemens or school district that was neighboring next door. So, but it goes back, way back, to those great legendary state championship teams of the early 80s through the mid 80s through the 90s. And if you really want to see some impressive numbers, go back and look at the Judson run over a 12-year period back when DW Rutledge was there between, I don't know, like 88 and 2000. They played in something like 7 state championship games, won 4, but they never went less than the state semifinals, almost like 12 years in a row. Just an amazing dynasty here in Converse.
And what I've been really surprised at what they've been able to do is they've maintained their dominance. Maybe not so in so much as going to winning state titles, but the numbers obviously down. They've got a lot of schools now in the district. And Judson's done a really good job. We look at both sidelines. I mean, East Central's got more kids playing football than Judson does.
Back in the day we would hear from critics, and I never bought into it. They'd say, oh, well, Judson wins because they have the numbers. And I would go, no, they don't. I've been over there. I watch how they practice. I watch how they do things. They do things differently than other people. They win because of the program that they have. Yes, they have the numbers, but then the numbers were taken away from them with Wagner and now Veterans Memorial, and they're still the #1 team in town with a chance to make a deep playoff run. They used to split it differently, the gray campus and the red campus. And so they had just as many juniors and seniors as other kids had in their entire 9, 10, 11, and 12. And so they, okay, everybody in that school is a junior or senior, so they have twice as many kids to choose from to play football. But they've split this district now as they fire to the end zone, and that is caught, but I think he was out of bounds, and he was at the back of the end zone. And they continue to win, and that's a testament to the program and Sean McAuliffe and Rodney Williams and those who have succeeded, Jim Rackley, and those who have succeeded DW and Frank Arnold, who built this thing.
Good job on the tip drill. Just
a bit outside.
I'll tell you what, these refs have been spot on tonight, haven't they?
Yeah, pretty clean game too. Other than the chipping calls, the execution part of it's been good. There's a sack that take us inside of a minute. Eric Nolden making the play. Also, Judson's always had a good shoulder stripe. They mix up the stripe on the pant. It's got an angle at the top near the hip now that is kind of unique.
Here, Angelo Tejada getting some face time.
And that play is just blown up. Angelo Tejada got some face time and then decided to let you know who he was.
×2.
Time for our Holy Cross play of the night, brought to you by Holy Cross. And it's Chandler going up top. Nice catch by Shelton for a touchdown. Part of the many plays that had Judson in control here. And they will tick off the last seconds, and the Judson Rockets We'll call this a ball game. Winners of their 9th straight here to start the season.
Impressive performance, no question about it, but about what you expect from these Judson Rockets in 2019, the way they've kind of gone through the season.
We'll be back to hand out the hardware. Judson, winners over East Central when we come back.
Welcome to the Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights postgame show, presented by John Wayne Service Company.
We're back. Judson, the winner, 49-9 over East Central. Let's go right down to the field. Zach Hedrick with the winners. Zach.
Thanks, Don. Appreciate it. The Judson Rockets join me here now. Hey, Judson Rockets still undefeated in district play. How does that sound? They're excited. They're ready. They're taking pictures already. Hey. Need you down. Need you to sit down. Need you to sit down. Hang on one sec. We gotta hand out some hardware here, guys. Hang on. Hey, where's Mike Chandler? I need Mike Chandler up here. Mike, we got a cap for you as well. This trophy here. Hey, great game tonight, Mike. Offense was clicking right from the get-go. What was working for y'all?
I mean, our line just made it real easy on us. You know, whenever the line is open up holes, giving us time to throw the ball, it opens up everything for us.
And then, so next week too, big game against Clemens. How does this prepare y'all for that showdown?
I mean, just knowing this is going to be a good game. It's going to be a good game next week against Clemens too, and you know that's just for the district championship.
Gotcha. Mike Chandler, great game tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. Hey, and before I bring Coach Williams up here real quick, I need to find Trey Brown real quick. Where's Trey? So I know before the game you talked to Don, hey, put me on TV. You scored a touchdown. How did that feel tonight?
It felt great. It felt great.
All right, I was asking Mike too. Big game against Clemens next week. How does this get y'all ready for next week?
It's a good preparation. You know, we're going to go out there, execute, go out there, take on the challenge and win. We're going to win.
All right, there you go. Trey, thanks so much. I need Coach Williams over here real quick. We got to get Coach in here. Hang on here real sec. That's right, Coach. Great game tonight. Coach, right from the start here, team was clicking on both sides. You know, what was it about tonight that just got y'all going?
It's football. I mean, our kids love to play football. I mean, they get a little wild at times, which is fine. But when it comes down to it and the lights come on, we're gonna put on a pretty good show.
So I know Halloween, we had a bunch of crazy costumes and everything like that. What about this lei here that's going on? Tell us about that.
I don't know. You got to ask Angelo Tejada. He gave it to me. I put it on. I'm like, I asked him what it meant, and I still hadn't found out and figured it out. But, hey, it must have been good luck. So
going to make another appearance against Clemens?
We'll see what happens.
All right. Coach, we didn't forget about you, too. We got this for you here, right here, for you and your team. Congrats on another win tonight. Thanks, sir. The Judson Rockets winners tonight, 49-9. Don and Chuck, back up to y'all.
Judson, 9-0. We'll be back to wrap it up after this. Well, that's a wrap here from DW Rutledge Stadium in Converse. Judson over East Central, 49-9, as we take a look at our final version of the Mission Discount Water Softener highlights. Mike Chandler, our player of the game, did it all tonight. He ran, he threw 175 yards in the air and 2 touchdowns, including that one right there. Pitched the option to DeAnthony Lewis, who could have been a player of the game as well. He had 2 touchdowns early. Judson took control of this one in the first half, and Chuck putting up almost 500 total yards, and Judson just being Judson.
Yeah, you know, a little bit of a slow start, like we said earlier, but once Judson got it cranking, they were just impossible to stop. Had like 4 straight scoring drives in the first half, and then, you know, got in their way a little bit towards the end of the first half in terms of penalties, but picked it right back up in the third quarter, and Judson rolling on to next week unscathed through the season.
Can't believe the TNL season wraps up next week. Stevens and O'Connor, 2 very good football teams. The season flew by. It's week 10 of TNL, our final game of the year other than the All-Star game in January. So join us next week on the CW35 right here at 7 o'clock. Stevens and O'Connor. The executive producer of TNL is Dean Radla. The producers, Chris Kotbus. Brian Watts in the truck, pushing all the buttons, making it all work. For Chuck Mikatinik and Zach Hedrick and Alex Garcia, statistician extraordinaire Mark Kusenberger, who's going to have the call of Wagner and Veterans Memorial tomorrow. Tune in for that one. And our spotter, intern Jeff. It's a gang of thousands for everybody working on Halloween to put this on for you guys. We'll see you next time on Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights. Good night, everybody.